You are everything. I just wanna say thank you, Jesus, for who you are. I just wanna say thank you, oh Papa, for you and love. Oh, thank you, Jesus, for who you are. For who you are. Thank you, Jesus, for you are love. You set me free, you saved me, protecting me, loving me, you're blessing me. You are the King, you're guiding me. You take me where I deserve to be. Jesus, no one like you, Lord. Yes, you are, Lord. No one like you, Lord. You are God. You are God of mercy. You are God. You are God. You are God of mercy. You are God. You are God of mercy. Amen. You are God. You are God of mercy. You are God of mercy.
Thank you, Father. Unchangeable God.
Unchangeable God, you can never change. Unchangeable God, you can never change. From generation to generation, you remain the same. You are worthy, O Lord. You can never change. From year to year, you remain the same. Oh, merciful God, you can never fail. I'm serving a living God who can never fail. Unchangeable God, unchangeable God, you can never change. Unchangeable God, you can never change. I sing for you, I praise your name. You are worthy, O Lord. You are my mom, you are my fortress, you are my stronghold. Oh, merciful God, you are my solid rock. Unchangeable God, you can never change. Unchangeable God, you can never change. Unchangeable God, you can never change. You are so good to me, Jesus. You are so good to me. Hey, Jesus, you are so good to me. In no circumstances, hallelujah. Dependable God. It doesn't matter what comes my way, you are still God.
Serving you up with the freshest gospel vibes.
God. And everything is working out for my good. Everybody sing it.
Dependable God.
Jesus.
It doesn't matter what comes my way, you are still God.
Intentional God.
Intentional God.
Everything, Jesus.
Everything is working out for my good.
Honored.
Have seen, my ears have heard of your mighty deeds and powerful show of love towards me. Good shepherd, good lover. I join the angels to shout out your praise. Idima, oye nevema, imarama nezokwe. Idima, idukwe. Oye nevema, imarama nezokwe. Oyo chimoma, holy sabinigwe. There is a melody in my heart unto you. Overflowing joy, overflowing praise. Daddy, all that you do is marvelous. Verily, you are good, oh. Verily, you are so good. Verily, oh, I am true. I join the angels to shout out your praise. Idima, oye nevema, imarama nezokwe. Idima, idukwe. Oye nevema, imarama nezokwe. Daddy, I shall out your praise. Good Father, you're so full of goodness. I love how you let me. My Jesus, lover of my soul.
Beautiful morning. What a gracious God we serve. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. This is the day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. Give God some crazy praise. Put on your dancing shoes. Magnify the name of the Lord. He's been good unto us. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. I welcome you this morning to Mpɔtam morning show on Bailout Radio with Bailout Perfect. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Follow us on all our social media handles. On Twitter, Bailout Radio/TV. Instagram, Bailout Radio/TV. On YouTube, Bailout Radio/TV. And on Facebook, Bailout Radio/TV. Put into your search engine. Like our page on Facebook. Put your notification button on so that anytime you come online, you'll be first to be notified. I'm sure you know God has really been good unto you. He's been faithful. What a God we serve. Lord, on behalf of all the staff and management of Bailout Media, we say thank you. We bless you for the free gift of life. Thank you for keeping us alive. We are bouncing well and still on top of the devil. Come on, go ahead and give God some crazy praise. 40 minutes on top of the hour, 6 a.m. GMT in the studios of Bailout Radio. I'm going to be with you from now till
10 a.m. We're going to have a nice time on radio. Here we inform, we entertain, and we educate. We are the commanders of the airwaves, the navigators of the airwaves. Don't forget, we are best in news, best in sports, best in entertainment, best in politics, and best in religious affairs. Papalo Radio, building communities. All right, so I'm going to give you a lot of information. When you are not informed, you are deformed. We have a lot happening around the globe, especially in Ghana, in the political front, social issues, cultural issues, bread and butter issues. What is happening? The minority has still taken an entrenched position that until the reasoned judgment of Honorable James Jachi is released, they want to have a feel of the judgment. They want to read through, glance through, know on the basis of why the Supreme Court interpreted
those that know you will trust
the judgment of Jachi Kwesi, or the illegality of Jachi Kwesi in Parliament, why his name should be expunged or removed from the records of the Parliament of Ghana. What a gracious God. It's getting interesting. And the majority front has already voted and have already requested that the Chief Justice nominee, Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu, is approved. Let's see how things rumble in Parliament today and the rest of the days. Interesting times ahead. All right, the president in his address to the nation last 2 days or last Sunday says the IMF is not going to be an instant panacea to our economic challenges. It's going to take a bit of time. So Ghanaians indirectly should brace up for the worst. What a God we serve. Mr. President, the first tranche of the IMF program has been released, $600 million. Please make sure you and your government use this money effectively to the benefit of all, not for your own parochial interests, your selfish interests. Politicians can be selfish when it comes to money. God help us. All right, so we'll be speaking to one of the finest economists in Ghana. He will address the issue of the IMF program, the Buhaha, and all the things that surrounds the IMF program.
Serving you up with the fresh.
We'll be looking at the IMF focus on the financial sector. The financial sector impact. Number one, preserving financial stability. That is one of the prime prerogatives of the IMF program. Preserving financial stability. It's encouraging private sector investment and growth. Number two. Number three, devise and implement comprehensive strategy to get the needed resource. Domestic bond is the most important asset. Is the most important asset class held by commercial banks, pension funds, asset management companies, insurance companies. Don't forget that the bank held 30 to 50% total asset in government expenditures. Banking sector records massive losses in 2022. Let's see how things rumble. So we're going to have a lot of information from my economists. Great God. Keep praising Him. We are buzzing in the name of the Lord. Radio is buzzing. The Mpɔtam morning show is buzzing. Rocking you from now till 10 a.m. All right, in the international front, our neighboring country, our sister country, Nigeria, now has a new president. Presido, 21 gun salute. Osiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been sworn in as the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Tinubu succeeds former president Muhammadu Buhari of All Progressive Party, that is the APC, as the new commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I had a lot of prophecies flying from the papas, the geos. Hey, and now we need to be careful how we prophesy. A lot of them prophesied that Tinubu is never going to be a president. Even yesterday, during his investiture, there were prophecies that he's going to fall and die on the seat. Hey. Prophet of doom. In fact, Tinubu is alive. He's enjoying royalty. God help us. Come on, go ahead and praise the name of the Lord. Tinubu is now the president of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. JUSAC, the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, suspends its strike after meeting with government. What's the most power? Mema watching. Ebia na wia bo mema wa ha. Ebia na enwumre dru mema Mawajo, that's right. The evening one is the Mawajo. Don't mind me. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, which part of the globe, wherever you find yourself, stay right here. You're at the right place at the right time, with the right audience and with the right host. Papa Law Perfect is my name. Show produced by GH, my co-host David Santos. We have fired up this morning to give you the best, nothing but the best. Shot fired, fingers crossed. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is thy kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen and amen. All right, forever, oh God, thy word is settled in heaven. Let the word of God settle every dichotomy. So I'm going to give you the weather forecast for today. Sunny weather is expected across the country today. The intensity will be higher within the northern sector. There's a possibility of thunderstorms within the middle belt and northern sectors in the evening. So you got it right. That's the weather forecast so that you can plan your day and plan it better. Sunny weather is expected across the country today. The intensity will be higher within the northern sector. There's a possibility of thunderstorms within the middle and northern sectors in the evening. Says Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMA. God help us. We all know that we are in a season of rains. Prepare yourself. The ant is always ahead of time. He's always ahead of season. Can we do say? All right, so let me take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors. All right, Nana One Shoes. They are into all sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. Number One Shoes. They are into sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. Their shoes is of good quality. Number One Shoes can be located at Community 11, directly opposite Community 11 School Complex. Contact Number One Shoes on 0256 8361 12. 056 0256 836112 0256 8361 Number one shoes. Quality is their hallmark. Now, when it comes to photography, the only place to go, the only name that rings a bell is Shabba Rich Photography. They enjoy all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events, your wedding, your engagement, your birthday party, and all other events. They are more than ready to give you best shots. Contact Shabba Rich on 0244 671593 0244 671593. Shabba Rich Photography can be located at Community 11, adjacent Presbyterian University, Pema Campus. I want to use this opportunity to wish the CEO of Shabba Rich Photography happy birthday in advance. Happy birthday to you. May God grant you long life and prosperity. May the face of the Lord shine upon you, and may the countenance of the Lord be your portion. Now, let's go to Papa Law Farms. Papa Law Farms. Papa Law Farms is into poultry and piggery. Poultry and pigs are of good quality. They are healthy, and we give you the best and nothing else. Contact Papa Law Farms on 0243 446455. 0243 446455. Contact us and we'll deliver at your doorstep, right at your doorstep. Papa Law Farms will give you good and quality foods. Now, when you come to balloon decor, one name stands tall, and it's no other name than Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor. Lottie-Law Balloon Decor is located at Community 1, directly opposite Zenith Bank TMA branch. Zenith Bank TMA branch. Contact Lottie-Law on 0542 371320. 0542 371320. Lottie-Law is into all kinds of balloon decors. They are also into wrapping of your wedding stuffs, your engagement, your birthday gift, and everything you can think of. Contact Lottie-Law now, and you'll be served right in your home. All right, so Mpɔtam Morning Show is the program, and I'm your host, Papa Law Perfect.
His gospel vibes.
We have a lot on the table for you.
When you carry God,
God keep you and protect you. May the hand of the Lord rest upon you.
carry God, you carry.
So call a friend to call a friend. That Mpɔtam Morning Show is live on Facebook, Papa Law Radio /TV.
He's the owner of the world. Everybody say when you carry.
8 minutes to the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papa Law Radio. What a gracious God we serve. Did I say 8 o'clock? 7 a.m. Yeah, I got that right.
Everything.
All right. Sometimes your mind runs faster than the time itself.
When you
Maybe I'm in the Kairos time. Kairos time is when supernaturally God uses his time to bless you. And the chronological time, or the chronos, is the normal time we all use. So maybe I'm using the Kairos time. All right, so it's gonna be fun, entertainment, information, and education. On Papa Law Radio, we educate, we inform, and we entertain. All right, I can see you, Esther Na Ankra. Now, how you doing? I believe you are bouncing well. God keep you and protect you. God bless you, Madam Vida Abena Akumabuate, the one who gave birth to me. I love you, Mom. How you doing? I believe you are bouncing well, and all is well with you. God keep you and protect you. Mr. Kingsford, how you doing? Director, it's been a long time. Show up. Show up. You're missing in action. How I loved that movie when I was young. Missing in action. Alright, so show up as soon as possible. Big shout out to you. God keep you and protect you. Alright, David Santos,
Attorney General.
When I laugh like this, it means a lot.
I am about to ask you. Why you are laughing like that? Because there are breakings in it.
It means something good is about to happen.
Yeah, I can see that on you.
Today is a very special day.
To us or for you only?
To all of us.
Okay.
Sharing, they say, is caring. So
Yeah.
for all of us.
Some people.
And we have less than 48 hours to end this month. And gradually, we are almost done with the first half of the year. We are entering into June. And June is the seed month. And that is the number of man. Numerology teaches us that the number 6 means the number of man. It was the day God created Adam and Eve.
Okay.
That's right. David Santos.
Attorney General.
How are you?
I am strong like caterpillar.
You are coming like articulator without brakes, I can see.
Yes, and I hope you are doing great too as well.
Bouncing around by God's grace. How was your night?
Yesterday, I have to go to bed early.
Early?
Yes, because I want to receive something.
You were expecting somebody in your dream or what?
Not really. Yeah, but as a human, at least when you sleep, you should have something in mind before you go to bed.
Wow.
Except what you are thinking.
I'm not thinking anything. Maybe if you want me to do radical thinking, then I will do it.
No. For me to prevent you from going there, that's why I started by saying including what you are thinking. Yes.
So, any news that is flying around you? There's always news in journalism. News is everywhere.
Everywhere.
So, any news?
Of course.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Now, by the power of social media, news is everywhere.
Everywhere. Boss,
yes,
you know
sir.
something?
Yes, sir.
This illegal mining something and that brouhaha.
We visit that subject and we throw it away.
And it has risen up again. And I don't want us to be talking about one thing. One thing about Ghanaians is that when
we have short memory? Mahama got it right. It was spot on.
Yes.
We have short memory. Ghanaians, he did not say some Ghanaians. He said
Ghanaians yes.
have short memory. Wow.
And it's true.
The man is a prophet, deep thinker.
Yeah.
Because we talk about Galamsey, but the real Galamseyers are in government.
Thank you.
And out of government, former appointees and current appointees. They are busily spoiling our water bodies.
Serious.
70% of our water bodies has been destroyed because of illegal mining.
Oh.
Gather and sell. Galamsey. Gather and sell. That's the meaning. You gather the leftovers when it comes to mining. In fact, Galamsey actually means gather and sell.
Okay.
You gather the little ones and then you sell it to make ends meet. That's why they call it Galamsey. It's gather and sell. You know, Ghanaians don't like mentioning long,
Yeah, so they shorten it.
Yeah.
And Attorney, you see,
yes, sir.
What they are supposed to give it to us, they don't give it to us. The little that we will enjoy, they are still destroying it, making us go into...
To the advantage. They are spoiling our water bodies and it's advantageous to them.
Yes.
They are fortunate. They are enjoying from the booty and leaving us. They are greedy bastards. Greedy bastards are those who eat with their mouth, their hands, their legs, their feet,
everywhere.
Everything, including what you are thinking. They eat with everything. Once one food is here, there's one here, one on top of their heads, one in their mouth, one on their feet. Everything that will make a politician happy, they don't care. They will go at every length and grab it.
Attorney, this thing, I don't know how we'll be able
to keep talking
to
about it. We have to still be talking about it. But
because they have the means. When they destroy the water bodies like that, they can, because they have the money. Yes, they can import.
It has been projected that 2030 goal, when it's possible Ghana will import water, drinking water.
Like seriously.
The Chinese are helping us to muddy our waters. And in their town, you can't even cut a tree. You can't.
Don't even try.
Don't dare. That's the word.
Don't even think of it.
Yet they come here and we pamper them. like Egyptian mummies. We look at them unconcerned and they take advantage of us. Right here,
the president said,
Committee 12 here. There's a land there. I never knew they were selling it. Before we realized, some Koreans have bought the land and they are building massively high-rise buildings. But there's a law in Ghana that I've forgotten the actual level, but we are told that you don't have to build beyond maybe 15th floor and all that. But these people are building beyond, and nobody cares. We don't care because the country is for some people. Yes.
For some people.
Yes. Selected few. They have segregated us, push us away, and they are taking advantage of the country. This country is sick, and we are getting sicker almost every now and then. Check it out.
I tell you, I don't know whether this is hypocrisy or what. Because they travel. They see.
Jimmy. In
Okay.
And I say,
because they travel, these people that
they see all the good things.
Like seriously.
In fact, they enjoy those things out there, take pictures, photographs, and display it on social media. I visited this place. What about Ghana?
Yes.
They travel to South Africa. Go and see South Africa. Go there and mess around and see. Everything is working. So we can't make it to the top.
Atene, do you know something? We have to stop them from traveling. Because you know something, when you are in the plane and you are looking down, it looks so beautiful.
Who is going to stop them?
We have.
The law enforcement agencies are toothless. That's the reality. Can a police officer, if even given a court warrant to go and arrest an MP, you see what Ghanaians will say. And the MP will tell you, I'm on my way to parliament. You don't have every right. If you want to arrest, if you have to arrest a parliamentarian, you have to write to the speaker of parliament. You see the bureaucracy. So at the end of America, they give Donald Trump few hours to report.
Yes.
And this man was arrested. A whole former president of the most, if not the most, one of the most powerful countries.
Thank you. I am about to even say that.
He was arrested. But our ordinary DC, you saw that video when an MP of, I think, Takoradi or... Takoradi insulted a police officer who was,
trying to
performing his duties as a police officer, enforcing the laws of the land. He was insulted. Who are you? Can you arrest me and all that?
Yeah.
Finally, he got arrested.
Yes.
What did the president do? Clearing agent. He cleared him.
Yes.
After some time.
Somebody said that we have been calling.
He suspended him. And the rest is history. Now he has been reinstated. As we speak, we still have the same person as the MC of Takoradi. Are we serious as a country?
So which punishments did he receive at all?
Nothing. It's just suspension. And I'm sure he was taking his little interest in.
That is what I don't like about us.
So for us to change this country, it will take a lot for us to get to where we want to see other countries get into. It's crazy out there.
Serious.
Now let's take a motivational quote for the day. All right, before that, on my I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. 4 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio Show, produced by GH. I am Papalo Perfect. Listen to the quote for the day. Some people won't like it, but that is the reality. A man is like a goat. A man is like a goat. If you don't take care of him, he will eat other people's field.
A man is like a goat.
If you don't take care of him, he will eat other people's fields. And you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Why am I punching Muramia? Obey. Stop pretending. You see. Why am I abua a punchy? Who's a punchy pingura?
Papa.
Yes, I'm talking about a goat.
Yes, I know.
A heel goat.
Okay.
A heel goat. A papu.
Okay.
Do you know a papu?
I know a papu.
Yeah. The one who is heavily endowed with big testes or testicles.
Okay.
That's the one I'm referring to.
Okay.
A man is like a goat. This is figurative.
Okay.
In English, you say metaphor.
Okay.
Yes, you are trying to use figures to describe something. So a man is like a goat. If you don't take care of him, he will eat other people's field. Why are you laughing? You are so happy about this one. But I'm not done. The women too have their portion, so we'll talk about that one. Life is agriculture.
Hey! I don't understand the reason why.
If you don't feed your husband well, you eat from other sources, including what you are thinking.
Including what you said.
Boy, hey, a man is like a goat. If you don't take care of him, you eat other people's field.
Yeah.
Spiritually and physically. A sort from a through visa, a from visa.
Hey, the old kind there. As the
a form visa, you don't know a form visa. Claps, you know claps?
Yeah, yes.
So that's what I'm referring to.
Hey.
A through visa and a form visa. On my be a year if you know me and Mpɔtam morning show on Papalo Radio. We streaming live on www.modernghana.com. It's say one feedy wa ponchia. No, see, picture it. Obekwa go we ngro for.
Any dear esa.
It's man no man so man mu yi ahwe mu yi a.
Yeah.
Wo mo be dey. O mepi. O mekwa abonte.
En one no. Yes. This one is clear.
Then I walk afam. Africa sir.
En one waka no. Metaphorically, if you don't, obetiesim. Yes.
Video
basically. Yes.
A comedy no.
Yes.
Ope bibi.
We
am comedy no. A sort of form nyina.
Yeah.
What you say? A sort of form. Both up and down. I don't know up and down.
Meaning down no. The top na meaning top no ko head wo.
Up and down.
And let me see.
This one and that one.
Which one?
You know. So don't starve the men. Don't starve them. Some women will starve the men, and before you realize they are chewing from somewhere. So let's try our possible best to feed our goat well. Ma ponche biani dia. Onya day. Onkwa bonti. And then a woman is like a field. If you don't protect her, she will be eaten by other people's goats. Hey! I said the women too are like fields. A man knows munti. A man to say a day a sre. As a park. I would have also.
Oh, okay.
Auntie. Say, one share or park in a year. And one share would an issue year. A point here. Oh, pig would have it. Or baby. So, in short, life is agriculture. All right, so stick and stay right here. We go for a short break, and when we are back, the fire begins. There will be fire on the mountain. 8 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. Some people are still enjoying their code for the day. All right, stick and stay right here. I'll be right back.
Can you breathe the wafa? Simpower way is now winner. Yamin Shira, Mamani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, O'Brien, Boya, Amoya Murae, Abeya, Fianara, Amabaya, Fianara, Janova, Asitra.
Efiminumienwara 11 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. This is Mpɔtam Morning Show. Now, let's go straight into the daily papers. Daily papers. We have a lot more on our front pages. I would like to start with the Overseer. The Overseer. It's my first time coming across this particular paper, but lately it's doing very, very well. A lot of media houses are using these papers as this paper as their newspaper review. So the Overseer. New Edubiase MP joins NDC supporters and residents to hold vigil. A world of clean, renewable energies close to realization. MPP does not care about Ashanti's development. Stop voting for them. I'm sure it's this disappointed Kumawu NDC candidate, Akwesi Amankwa. What do you expect in politics? What do you expect? What else do you expect? I mean, since it didn't go well for him, definitely that's how he will respond. But that's a good advice. I'm taking it from two angles.
Okay.
We have to also note that when it becomes your stronghold, then they begin to take advantage of it. They know these people definitely
it's
vote
true
for us. So
it's true.
I think it's a clarion call for the MPP to back up.
Yeah.
They should back it up and back up with whatever they are doing.
They are be taking them for
because
granted
those
too
days, voter region became a voter region. We are voter region.
Okay.
It became a voter region. VOLTA. Later it became VOTER. Voter region.
Okay.
Became voter region of the NDC. All they know is vote for us, and that's it. And they were lacking behind.
Okay.
In fact, it was. I'm sure it's still one of the poorest, regions in Ghana, but the NDC is trying their possible best to reconnect back to their stronghold. Those days, it was just a voter region for them, where they vote, and the rest is history. Jostling for Mohammed's running mate begins. I can see some faces here. Honorable Isaac Opoku and the likes. Sylvester Mensah, Nana Jane Mensah, who was a former vice or VC to the then former president John Dramani Mahama, the candidate. That's right. And then we have this man there, a lot of them there, some known faces. So take the ABC News.
Okay, on the front page of the ABC News, I have a picture of Dr. Baumia, and it says, strong signal, Baumia picks form today.
Wow. We can't wait.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
And also a picture of Untumi. and it says Swami intouch and critical
You
to.
saw Untumi speaking English.
Yes, yesterday.
He was really rattling, but he's trying.
Yes.
All jokes aside.
Okay.
It's just about his grammatical errors, but apart from that, I mean, you take a clue out of what he's saying.
And he's taking his time to do that.
But it's interesting when you are in the Ashanti region and you still want to force yourself and speak English, especially when your people will understand you in your own dialects. Well, I'm sure that's another humor people are enjoying.
Okay, but let's take it from this aspect. To me, because of the position that he's holding, that should also be part of him as well. You are not only serving your people, but you are serving the country.
That's right.
So others also don't understand the tree, and others to also understand what the English. So blending it, I think he's doing well. Yesterday you posted a video. I took my time to go through them, and Honorable is doing well.
Let's see how it goes.
Yes. Go so it says that Swami Intajeng critical to MPP 2024 voters in the Ashanti region. And then Bank of Ghana has not put out of good for oil program. That is what is there. And then Central Region, Akufo-Addo commission Mina fishing harbor. So these are the stories on the front page of the ABC News.
All right, so let me take the daily guide. JUSAC, that is a Judicial Service Association of Ghana, calls off strike after meeting with government. Going to IMF, painful, really, Mr. President. Says Akufo-Addo, going to IMF, painful. Minority to vote on Tokono immaterial. Minority no vote, that's right. Minority no vote on Tokono immaterial. Says the first deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joe Weiss or Joe Osei Wusu. Ghana ambulance in Dubai claims force. You heard that story?
Yes.
That one of our ambulances is now in Dubai. And it's for sale. Sometimes, I mean, the alarmists are not helping the country. I mean, we were living in peace concerning the IMF first launch. We were enjoying ourselves, dancing like kangaroo. After the first tranche was given to us $600 million. We were enjoying this until we heard that one of our ambulances have just somersaulted, tumbled to Dubai. And people are ringing the bell. Yes, ambulance. Ambulance.
Oh, like
20 Ghana cities, 20 Ghana cities, 20 Ghana cities.
Oh,
you know, they are knocking it like something. And at the end of the day,
they said they are the suppliers. Yes.
Let's.
Where they saw the ambulance.
That's right.
They are the people supplying us the ambulance. So they left one day.
National Ambulance Service has responded. Bola Tinubu sworn in as Nigeria's president. I don't know. Anytime I mention Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Siwaju, and whenever I mention the name, something radiates through me. I just like him from afar.
What is that?
I just like him. I like him because he invests in people.
Okay.
I like people.
Yeah, yesterday you said that.
I like him. I like him for that. So take graphic business.
Okay. On the front page of graphic business, it said T-bills threat to debt restructuring efforts. Experts sound alarm bills. And so that is what is on the front page of the business. Say local banks can consider managers, experts, 160,000 SMS capacity enhanced. And so that is what is on the front page of the graphic business this morning.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me continue to the anchor. On the front page of the anchor, it says farmers, Kwadaso constituent, abandon Efie Akutu as market women take over his campaign. And then Manslock support complementary education agency with logistics in Yendi. And then Busa South MP found project in communities, donate over 500 bags of cements, trip of sand and gravels. Say Kwako drew election. The own who be that enobe hum. and Bisa South MP no were loading 500 bags of cement and sand and gravels. Minim the okwa yes, opa adebi and I just say oyenisa. And also from that we move away to the business analyst.
The business analyst.
Yes, the business analyst. On the front page it says Ghana expected to reach a moderate risk of debt distress by 2028. IMF. Eddie Ebaye. And then we also have on the front page learning from COVID-19, build buffers to protect economy, IEA to government, and then boost MD receive exemplary brand leadership award, and then also donate Africa biggest oil refinery will have an impact on Ghana. Pursue aggressiveness, fiscal reform in the 2023.
That's the graphic business or the anchor?
That is the business analyst.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's. I think we've taken the Daily Guide, the ABC News, the Overseer, and then.
I think let's go to the New Crusading Guide. I don't know whether you have it there.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, on the front page of the New Crusading Guide, I also have a picture of Dr. Bawumia. It says MPP presidential race. Bawumia
picks forms today.
Yes. So it seems the man is ready.
The man.
The man.
The way you said the man is ready.
Yeah.
It's like you have personal scores with Dr. Bawumia.
Oh, not. You are saying it as if
No, the way you said the man is ready.
But we all know
English. The stress on the man.
But we know the man. The man is ready.
In fact, when I asked Honorable Ashama to comment on one student, one laptop, he said, "I don't want to comment about
yes
a liar."
I say it is better.
It's better not to comment about a liar.
A liar. And go free.
I said, "Oh, Honorable, you have to, because at least the one teacher, one laptop, they are almost done with
they said 80% has been given out and left with 20.
That's right.
So that is what. And then your guy is also there. I will break the 8 and make Ghana prosperous.
When I see
Dr. Afi Akuto. That's your guy.
Waba be a great minister. She baby and to subuedru. And no koto kosia say. How much is kosia? How much is kosia? How much? And people are even struggling to buy how do you call it? Cassava. Oh, cassava. Ghana. Cassava was nothing. Plantain was, it was very cheap, one of the cheapest. But here we are today.
Cassava,
that's right.
Papa, we are ni boy ding. And the honor cassava one.
Also be breaking it.
Yes. Yeah, be a baby breaking it. Dr. Afriakutu or see honor be breaking it.
FDA's road appears a judge corporate communications personality of the year.
Yeah.
Remember last weekend there was an award scheme for CEOs, corporate organizations and all that. I think FDA winning that award.
Yeah.
Isn't bad. Go ahead.
Okay, illegal lotto operator dribbles draw winners. Over 1 million cedis win. National Lottery Authority to apply sanction. Maxlox support complementary education agency in Yendi with logistics. And so that is the stories on the front page of the New Crusading Guide. And then moving away from that, let's go to the Daily Graphic. The Daily Graphic. Oh, Kunini, yes. And then my bonnie yankasa.
Why are you setting questions and answering questions? You are setting questions and you are answering the same question you have set for yourself. I judge you a good tree speaking person. But you are saying yes, and then my bonnie, but me na me chero.
Okay, Anthony, who dear, medical and yet
I'll give you 50%. So you go on.
I dear my Hey, 50.
50 Vanessa Twazo.
Okay. Okay. On the front page of the Daily Graphic, it says that persist in partisan election of MMDCs.
That's right.
Dr. Mensah to government.
That's right.
That is on the front page of the Daily Graphic, and also Ghana ranks.
Do you know that now, even when it comes to assembly elections, to appoint or elect our small honorables?
Why are you saying that small honorables?
How can you put them at par or at the same level with the honorables we know?
I only heard this from you.
Yeah, small honorables. You know the assembly members, we call them honorable.
Yes, and you are ranking them.
I'm very economical with that because they are small honorables.
Hey,
they can't be at par with the honorables we know. Hey, to be an MP is not a joke. If it's a joke, go and ask Sam George.
You are on Sam George, pal.
if it's a joke, go and ask Mutaka. It was tough. You know,
it's tough, right?
Yeah.
So we should rank them as small honorables.
Small honorables.
There should be a difference.
Yeah. So small honorable.
Okay.
Honorable Kitwa.
Tomorrow will be
when you call them, they are not happy about that.
Small
they
honorable.
Like the honorable.
Yeah. Except honorable emudu.
Once honorable, always honorable.
Yeah, but you are right because honorable Bugatti meaning.
Right.
But when sometimes we say oti bicycle, so now we say Radinya Kubo. Okay, Ghana ranks 7th in UN peacekeeping operation. And so that is on the front page of the Daily Graphic. And also by election beacons, MPP NDC invade Asin North.
Okay.
Yes, so let the flow be free. So that is on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning.
All right. So we'll leave it here. And when we are back, we'll take it to another level. Mpɔtam morning show on Papalo Radio. We're going for a break. We'll be right back. So there's this release from JUSAC, Judicial Service Association of Ghana. The meeting affirmed the MOU executed between JUSAC and government and resolved to see to it that the government, Judicial Service and JUSAC work within the time frame to complete the approval processes for payment in the month of June 2023. A meeting has been scheduled on Wednesday, 31st May 2023 between government, the management of the Judicial Service, and JUSAC to commence consideration of the salaries review. In view of the commitment from the government of Ghana, JUSAC, in consultation with Senior Staff Association, that is SAJUC, and other relevant shareholders, hereby resolve to suspend the ongoing strike for a period of 2 weeks, ending on the 12th June 2023. Staff are to report to work tomorrow, that is Tuesday, 30th May 2023, to carry out the normal duties. We wish to inform the government that JUSAC shall not be able to entertain any undue delay beyond the timelines given. The processes for the approval of the new salaries must complete and payment made to staff in the month of June 2023. The strike is only suspended. The strike is only suspended, but not called off. If government does not show the needed commitment, we shall advise ourselves. We wish to express our appreciation to the acting Chief Justice, that is Justice Doche, the incoming Chief Justice, the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, and all stakeholders for their intervention. Samuel Afote Otu, National President, JUSAC. Interesting times ahead. God help us. God keep us and protect us. May the grace of God come afresh upon us. Mpɔtam Morning Show with Papa Law Perfect. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Stick and stay right here. Otumfo Distu's chief of Asante's famous Antwa town. What have you heard about Antwa? Antwa Nyama. There's that deity in Kumasi. They don't joke with that deity.
Yes. It seems
you go and sleep with somebody's wife or husband, you are in trouble.
Yeah.
In Kumasi, the deity will arrest you. That Asante Hine Otumfo Seitutu has ordered the destillment of the chief of Antwa, a popular town in Asante Man.
Yeah.
Nana Kwame Owusu-Ajima, who has been on the stool for over 20 years, is accused of violating customary procedures by instating his nephew to take over from him while he leaves. Really?
Yeah.
Just a edufudi penny the baby. Selfishness, it runs through our veins. Why do you think these things keep repeating itself? These things are happening randomly. I mean, now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Why?
You see,
the selfishness is becoming too many.
Too much. And you see, that is how it continues, because others are also learning from others. And because there is nobody to stop them, there's nobody to talk about their actions, it continues like that. And you know, when it grows, it enters into different angles. But that is a bad behavior, and we shouldn't allow that to be happening, because we are living in a society.
If our chiefs are not disciplined, then we are not safe.
That is what I'm coming to say.
The moral fiber of our society rest on these institutions.
Yes.
Revered institutions.
Exactly.
We're in this country when we voted and there was so much tension in Ghana. I'm referring to 2016 election.
Okay.
It took the Asante Hine. People want to hide it. This is in the public domain long ago.
Yeah.
You have to intervene and say, hey man, accept the results and let Ghana move on.
That is it.
And it was because they revere, or Ghanaians revered the Ashanti monarch. That's how come he was able to broker peace between these two major contenders.
Yeah.
At the time, candidate Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and candidate John Mahama. It took the Ashanti monarch to broker peace.
That is it.
So if we are throwing our morals to the dogs, then we are not safe. We are just not safe.
I like that point. Like, take it again.
If you are taking our dignity and morals to the dogs, then we are not safe.
That is it.
Because Ghana needs to rise up.
That is it.
And if our leaders are not showing the right way, then we have a long way to go. Because a lot of people demand that Ghana becomes a better place to live. But at the end of the day, we can't force the horse to drink. After forcing the horse to
the riverside,
you can't force it
to drink for that one day.
So in no less than maybe 24, 48 hours or few days, we're going to have a new Chief Justice.
Yeah.
A female Chief Justice.
Yeah.
So she will be the third on the list after the first Georgina Theodora Wood, and then Sophia Akufo, and now to be
Gertrude.
Tokonu. And the Tokonu
seems you like the name.
An adopted, yes, I like it. It carries so much weight. It's an adopted name.
Okay.
The husband gave the name to the wife. That's the power of a man. The man gave her Tokonu, but her real name is Gertrude Araba Isaba. And the husband says, now you are the only mosquito in my net, so Tokonu will be part of your initials. And today, she carries that name full of pride.
Yeah, it's true.
Celebrating the husband. She was actually asked that question.
Oh, okay.
When she faced the appointment committee of Parliament. Yes. So I want to give our listeners, our viewers, a gist, an idea about who Gertrude Tokonu is.
Okay, right.
Justice Gertrude Tokonu's legacy to expect as Chief Justice. Chief Justice nominee. Justice Gertrude Tokonu has offered a peek into what she wants to be remembered for as Ghana's next Chief Justice. That is, if she gets the approval of Parliament appointment committee. The committee on Friday took her through a myriad of questions, and as members vetted her for the post upon her nomination by President Akufo-Addo. During her vetting, the issue of what legacy she intends to bequeath Ghana's judiciary came up a couple of times, including yet another belated one that was overruled by Chairman and First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joe Osei Wusu. And according to Justice Tokonu, she would want to be remembered for a number of developments culminating in a legacy of extreme efficiency in the delivery of justice. She would want to leave behind a judiciary that uses its rules efficiently and effectively, as well as a legacy of intense training, excellence in the standards of the judiciary, a legacy of the use of technology, a legacy of applications. President Akufo-Addo in April nominated the 60-year-old to replace now retired Chief Justice Kwesi Enin Yeboah. Gertrude Tokonu hails from Winneba in the central region of Ghana. She was born on the 11th September 1962 in Cape Coast. She attended Wesley Girls High School, where she obtained her ordinary level certificate, and Achimota School for her advanced level certificate. She's an alumni of the University of Ghana and graduated from the Ghana School of Law in 1986. Some of you were not born yet. In 2001, she obtained a postgraduate diploma in international law and organization from the International Institute of Social Studies, ISS, part of Erasmus University in Netherlands. In 2011, she graduated from the Golden Gate University, USA, with an LLM in intellectual property law. Career. Proud to join in Fuga & Co., a law firm in Accra, as an associate. Justice Tokonu worked as a volunteer at the FIDA Legal Aid Service and did an internship with Naboro Natasen in London. She returned to the firm Fuga & Co. Limited in 1994 to become a director. In January 1997, she co-founded Sozo, a law consult, where she worked as managing partner until 14th May 2004, when she was appointed a Justice of the High Court of Ghana. She worked as a High Court judge until October 2012, when she was elevated to the Court of Appeal. Justice Tokonu was nominated to the Supreme Court of Ghana in November 2019. She was sworn into office on 17th December 2019. Justice Tokonu has held several leadership roles in the judicial service. In her work as chair of E-Justice Committee, she has led the planning of automation of all levels of court, procurement, and incorporation of the use of electronic resources and software in the work of the judicial service. She has also served as the supervising judge of commercial court since 2013, where she has set the agenda for and chaired the meetings and programs of the Users Committee of the Commercial Court. This is what the minority says. We will not vote on Chief Justice nominee until we have Jachi Kwesi's judgment. The National Democratic NDC MPs on the appointment committee have threatened not to vote on Chief Justice nominee Justice Gertrude Torkornoo until they have the Supreme Court's full judgment on James Jachi Kwesi. The minority says they will partake in any decision on the nominee until their demand is satisfied. In a press statement issued on Friday, May 26th, the caucus said even though they have successfully evaluated the nominee, they will only vote for her after they have received the ruling. This is what Justice Torkornoo said when she was vetted. My career achievements have been my merit and not any partisan association. Chief Justice nominee Justice Gertrude Torkornoo says she worked hard to earn all her achievement and not because of any political association. I think that my career path has been satisfactory. I have done my work has been recognized, and I have moved, she emphasized. I think I spent about 7 or 8 years in the High Court, another 7 or 8 years in the Court of Appeal. Came to the Supreme Court here. I am, and I just moved on. After working for some time, she emphasized. Justice Torkornoo also mentioned that she was nominated as the Justice of the Court of Appeal by the late President Atta Mills in 2012, but was sworn in by the former president. John Mahama was then the president. Parliament on Friday, May 26, vetted Joyce Gertrude Torkornoo for the position of Chief Justice. President Akufo-Addo in April nominated her to replace the now Chief Retired Justice Kwesi Enin Yeboah. The president subsequently informed Parliament of his decision and called for his speedy approval. She will become the 3rd female Chief Justice in the history of Ghana after Justices Georgina Theodora Wood and Sophia Akufu, if she's approved. Omai yemene omai Ghana yemene otia. Yamoya homodin bi ase ye be push Ghana to the next level. Mpɔtam morning show niye within the Papa Law Perfect. We streaming live on www.morningghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. The best is yet to come. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. May God keep us, may God protect us. I want you to share the broadcast. Hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends that Mpɔtam morning show is live on your screens and on your radio. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. Very soon your story will change. So we are here to inform you, educate you, to make sure that you do the needful. God help us. God keep us and protect us. May the hand of the Lord rest upon us. May God elevate you. What a gracious God we serve. God keep you and protect you. I'll go for a short break, and when I'm back, we'll do politics and other matters. have on the line Mr. Kofi Amponsa, Honorable Kofi Amponsa. I call him honorable because one day you will become an honorable member of parliament. Honorable Kofi Amponsa, good morning. Martin.
Good morning, Doctor.
Now, what poem to say?
Enyamia dum ne mompai bodo, ajanu krukrem.
Ye de radias ye busuafo ne ho ye de.
Obia hoye, obia.
Enyamia se. Na MPP de na ekoso.
Ye party no mo de anopai mechia o na machia ye tiefo nyina. Na madawo ne o production team nyina so asefo sa akwanye. Na obisa ya MPP de ye Democratic Party. Ye party no ye de emra ene ye de ye adwuma ene nhihye ye pa.
That's right.
It said the ye party no ye autocratic. Ye beka say ye de ade ye nya kura ye bokoro ne ho ne ya polish na sara no say ye kotoa to Ghana for so by force. Ye mo bia kwan say.
That's right.
Nhihye ye ene mra party ne de ato ho no. Emre ne so a obia o ye party babia waso wa ho ode ahwebia no kof na kofa bi na won so beton wonim die ne wo trim po ama party for na se na meye wanim adom na party for no so wasem to makoma so a omoyi mu obi di party nani.
That's right.
Na ye de wako Ghana for so anim na omaye wadom enam hihye pa enim die pa.
So bra ye wo mu ya MPP dodo sen na akwa pick forms.
So far so if ye kutane anything to go by any make me say enipa enum na so far or mafa
enipa num na akwa
yeah
say run enipa 9 na akofa. Na yete say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne obe pick form ayamba. Sure. The way I can show here. Just say when the kind ye wadwen say Dr. Bawumia na otanechi. Yes sir.
Me de obehwa me no di nkomo bebre wo fi di kase so. E ma me ka say me pai bo so me pese nyame ya adom no betie me pai bo say de jane 30 me da na de me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the candidate Japan on the ticket for Jamaica 24 elections. Yes, for one person me more on the ticket.
Sa for ya pick form say why na wujidi say obe wini. Who projection be our person?
Enipa 9 ya and ni man prem ya.
Meka MPP wona oma lazy omo boot say omo begina amayato omo so aba no. Say Dr. Bawumia, say Alan Cash, say Dr. Efriya Koto, say Dr. Kofi Praku, Ejakon, Honorable Ejakon, any one ekeka ho no. Kwamne Japan no mono. Why na ujidi say obewini this flag bearership nod no?
Some painful ya bo mudi nyina enipa be du jogate no mu nyina ka ho. Mo MPP mo no omo ye nkrofo bi a wo mo himu afom lew at na say omo mu bia obeyi ne de na babia you can not have that human resources in party bia ye ni momo unya sa materials ni bi obo they are totally empty nti ye nkrofo na ya parage omo no wa omo gina ho na wo hwe omo abakwasem omo abrabo omo abonim die bibia mo no hu sa omabobrew enti wo mu bia wo de ne baba bia no wo deserve so betumi move Ghana beyond imagination ne mum no kure wo mu ne say race ni gina nipa me asa peso that is no kure wo mu race ni gina nipa me asa
wan ni gina mo so
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kennedy wo hina Japan Alan Kwajotra Martin sa nipa me asa ni gina mo so but as to who we made the winner on the day, no, and yes, nyame na betra boy in the for the on that day.
Omanfo no boji Honorable Kennedy Japan so pa dodo na say oya ye grassroots person. Just say Omanfo na wo form no agina tum prekope.
Oh sure.
Don't you think say you can pull a surprise and become your eventual flag bearer?
I said, Doctor, oh no, apart from academics, no, in the spiritual realm, say, the biblical, so what redalimu, so what you say, you'll be you are a man of a mere both sides. So, Uchabe Kuchanifa, baby, Nimdiemu, and the Bible, so to why, no, so what Quadalimu, also may come as a Mekase, in the sign of family and son, Nemono, the one who made the winner there, Yamin a better boy for on the day, no. As I say, or say, yes, sir, a boy what they say, and from what they call a con name, yes, Yamin didn't couldn't be neighbor, yes, and so far, Omunia make us say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Canada, Japan, Alan, Omunia, for board almost.
I just saw the party Bapano, why be mono. Near Obedi can be a party in better.
Oh, yes, exactly so. Exactly so.
Honorable final words.
The mechanic say, Nyamea, Osiheno, or no, Osihene.
That's right.
Na, Omaya, dear, Ghana for, Yadiniko or Monima. Ghana for a better Nayan Quayan from Phobia and some party in Comayanum. Our mutual position and no more general my home or more party. I said that could train almost a muddy munia tro. Now, dear Trona, a nipa begiadi. That's a sea crowd, or more ya social media bay. You said that Bopa near my Ubia or to be to baby.
I say social media, social media, your constituency.
Social media no constituency, but this year. A hot and nipa so shackles here. A somehow the bar or two on the Duana no Ajedi. Doctor whose ambulance been none and I'm from Mamuse. Ghana ambulance service.
And then that kind of newspaper headlines.
Okay. Now, what I will be
some ambulance we are copy Dubai.
I copy Dubai, I cotton.
A don dasso.
Mo. Now, baby, so say. And to sebi Ghana ikura nasa Africa kura ye niema basabasai ube to mede ambulance aya blandeno
na mo de fa poso na mo de fa plane emu
I asem kura me bisa no na wo de afa poso na play akwa koduru Dubai na immigration for whatever I shall say ambulance aya blandeno Ghana ayi bibia wo ho a won sesan hwe wo ho founded by World Bank. Na odi abad Dubai say o beton enti sabi o kafrate so who asama American and so and I'm from mo obi te ho a waje adi na ye de abe topic ne yakotena TV so ne discuss it just to say be gu aban na nim asema ne ho aye na ma wono anya advantage oban so akoro no na obeboye ombebobere bia. Eti so de be ya Ghana for nya samfom so ninti no nyame na nyi nipa ye de ne kwa Ghana for beto na omunya mfom so nko dane amamu no fa mankrofo mu mu mesa o maima yensa enu ye honko apenesi bia mu nti me pa ebo anu
honorable ye beda ase anopa yi
nenso me da wase ne
ko mu ye be kasa me da ase
mate nyame che o mishnami
honorable Kofi Amponsa oye MPP communicator for Ayawaso West Wogon. Professor of Sport waha. You had the best CCC here because Naya Breno was he Chuchani Amason 10. Eric Mens.
Hello, Papa.
Stand up for the champions.
Yes, all right.
Bokodi.
Nyame adom pacho bibia boko.
Ebusuafo no ho ye.
Nyame adom pacho bibia boko na mo so ye.
Nyame gususha ye ho ye papa.
Ya da nyame ase.
Ye guso.
Ya mpo nyame ase.
Ghana nti asori anọpa ya betena.
Betena ye.
Na mo sports no mo de ya sika no munya bi ni ana. Because politics mo de o honorable abato ebai. Ni etiti bi mamo. Cake ni omo akai. Sika na nshase
ebe for kwanyo so etia for the affair for yes no ngasa wayeshi because ono so be an election yes until ono so 4 years no aba close na wo hwet senior no mekona omo person man ko on oppose which might be very difficult because new edubiase CEO and so I can walk across, but
it looked like the guy has money.
Yes,
he want to prove a point.
They just want to prove a point. And one thing about this football elections is that if you don't take care, people can use strategy to come out and force you to give them position in your FA.
Okay.
They know they won't win.
That's right.
But they will push you so that you can be like, okay, fine, I'll give you this position. So go on and post.
Stop.
Exactly. So it's a strategy. Though people are looking smart.
So while mommy poster.
Yes, how or bad frustrated. And this football election, it's voted by delegates.
Okay.
So if you don't take care, it's just being influenced by money, and anything can happen. I had to say primaries in this area.
That's right.
Yes, you have some selected few people that you can influence your decision on.
So some journalists are paid to push an agenda of
we have
people.
a lot of an agendas.
They
yes,
set
because,
it and
because even you as a journalist, a sports journalist, no, a bit me a kwama because the way agenda man no we need power. This World Cup programs be a bit more free tickets. You get benefits. So it's a very dicey situation. So they need to be very careful, extremely careful how they handle some things. Yes,
that's right.
Because one shot against yes. Yes, Papa, and they best start with England. Yes, lots of news. England. Yes, a lot is happening in England. There, as we said yesterday, the teams qualified. No, already the English FA. They've already come up with when they are starting their league.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
They are starting. They've come up with when they are starting their league, and a lot of people are surprised how these people have really programmed everything. And you'll be surprised. 2 years down the line, on my yacht, so right after their league, BNC, they know what they are doing. They know what they are handling, and probably the league might start in August. That's what they are looking at after the FA Community Shield. Then the league will commence. So that is some news coming from England. And Andra, let's say Pochettino for Chelsea was officially appointed officially outdoor.
I like him.
Yes, we are hoping.
He doesn't fail
because this Chelsea team has a lot of question marks on them that he really needs to sack a lot of people, bring in new people.
That's right.
And this is Pochettino's record in the Premier League. All right, so he played.
Is it Pulisic or something? What's the name? Pulisic. That guy, I think he has to go.
A Chelsea striker, Pulisic. Yes, Pulisic. He might, because as it stands now, looking at
he was good, but I think the coaches
he had injury, a very long-term injury,
and recovering too has been an issue.
That is the other side of
the
football.
other time he was fighting with one of the, I think Man U player. De Gea. Or something.
All right, so this is Pochettino's record in the Premier League. Yeah, so he has played 256 matches.
Wow.
Yes, he started with Southampton and moved to Tottenham. So these are the two clubs he played in England. Yes, he coached in England, and he won 132 wins. So that is very important. Looking at the ratio,
that's right.
Yes, and 61 draws.
For the EPL, winning one match alone.
Exactly, it's very, very important. Yes, and because Lampard played almost 7-8 matches and won only 2. Amazing. So that should tell you that this thing. Yes, and
it's very competitive.
Yeah, and he lost 63 games, and the winning rate as it stands now is 51.56%. So
at least he's crossed there.
Yes, so it's okay, but just trophies. He couldn't win any official trophy.
It's trophyless.
Yes, so that is one important thing that the Chelsea fans should be looking out for, because this is football. Anything can happen. Yes, and interestingly, the European Champions League is coming to an end on 10th June. Yesterday, they came up with a team that has qualified.
Wow.
And they will start plotting them, and they will start giving them the fixtures. That is how the Europeans do their thing. They plan ahead.
They plan ahead.
They don't have, unless any natural disaster, anything happen before they can have.
Even during COVID, they knew how to work.
It seems
it's amazing.
They put things in place that,
and they still made money.
Exactly.
Online. My God.
That is how.
You are not going to the stadium, but this is the way to make money.
Make money, exactly. So this is how things are stand as it stands now. All right. So these are the teams that have qualified for UEFA Champions League coming next season. All right. So Manchester City, Arsenal, Manchester United, Newcastle, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad, they've qualified for the first time for Champions League. And when you go to Italy, Napoli have qualified, Lazio has qualified, Inter Milan and AC Milan have made the mark after the 10-point deduction from Juventus. Okay. So these are the teams that qualified from Italy. That is Napoli, Lazio, Inter Milan, and AC Milan. They are there. And when it comes to Germany, Germany, we have Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, and Union Berlin. So these are the 4 teams that has qualified for the UEFA Champions League. And Union Berlin, surprisingly, this is their first time in the Champions League. So they really made a mark. Yes. Last season, they qualified to the league season, and they were able to qualify for Europa League. And today, they are in Champions League. So it's a progression. Exactly. So when it comes when it comes to France League, one thing I wanted viewers to know is that with the Champions League, it's done by ratio and portfolio, looking at where you've come from. So the France League only represent with 2 clubs. Unlike England that has 4 clubs, Spain has 4 now, Italy also have 4, Germany has 4 now, or previously it was only England that had 4 slots, but now the other teams, other countries are evolving. So PSG and Lens qualify for France. So that is the only 2 teams. And we go to Portugal, we have Benfica and Porto who have qualified. Feyenoord in Holland. Holland present only their winner that qualify for Champions League. So we have Feyenoord. And Scotland is Celtic. Celtic qualified. They won the league, so they qualified automatically for the Champions League. And RB Leipzig in Austria, they qualified as well. And Red Star Belgrade, that is in Serbia, they also qualified as well. Shakhtar Donetsk and AS Roma or Sevilla, because the 2 clubs will be playing the Europa final. So one of them will qualify for the Champions League. All right, so let's do some English news. The FA Cup is coming on this particular weekend. That is Saturday, and for the first time in the history of FA Cup, they have 2 Manchester clubs competing for the trophy. Yes, it's the first time in history. Wow. Yes, so Manchester City and Manchester United will be rocking on.
My God, we'll beat them hands down. That this weekend, somebody Saturday will cry.
Yeah. Mr. Santos, I know.
They will regret.
I know you regret, but it's part of the game. So
they have the bragging right for now.
Yeah, you have to start consoling yourself before
it's like playing Brazil, thinking you are going to beat them.
You know they will beat you, but
and
you
finally
want to
they beat you beyond your expectation, and you had wished that the match is now going to be played.
It will be a very, very slow. They might chop like 4 goals.
That's
looking
right.
at how things stands now, and they were able to rest.
When we are hungry.
Yeah, City were able to rest a lot of players during the course of the week, so they can do a lot of damage to Manchester United. All right, so for the first time as well, they have engraved the trophy. The FA Cup, the winners are mostly written on the trophy, but this time around they've written only Manchester. So coming on Saturday, the winner, either United or City, will be added to the trophy. So that is what is in the pipeline for Manchester, the Manchester clubs. Yes, and surprisingly, there's a very interesting transfer news involving from the Middle East. Yes, that Lionel Messi will receive a historic offer of 1.2 billion euros over 2 years. Yes, that is 600 million in a year only. Yeah, so
we're enjoying.
Wow, surprisingly,
sometimes
Hilal, yes, they, as in where Cristiano Ronaldo is, the same place. So Al Nassr and Al Hilal, they are the arch rivals in the Saudi Arabia. So
Ronaldo's team was, I think, second.
Al Nassr, Al Nassr, they couldn't win Al Nassr. So
but at least they are playing the
Champions League. So Al Hilal also might be wanting the signature of Lionel Messi in their coffers. That will be interesting because the father of Lionel Messi traveled. They are assuming he traveled there, probably went for vacation, and they are assuming that he went to finalize the deal up there. So that is interesting. We'll be bringing you that news as well. And yesterday, Manchester United had their end of year or end of season nomination and awards. Yes, and Marcus Rashford got the best player in the Manchester United setup. That is for 2022-2023 season, and also the best player in the Manchester during the players' votes. Yeah, they have one from the management of the club.
But they dare use Brother Jordan. Somebody voted against him. it was personal. You mentioned a person's name. Why did you put against me and all?
It's
sometimes it's emotional.
Emotional, yes. No.
But
this particular season, he's been one of the best players.
Yeah.
Palace,
that guy is a good player. I wonder why Ghanaians are wishing with him.
When it goes to England,
they think he's a striker, but he's not.
Any English, let's say any new coach that comes to Crystal Palace, feel the player. That should tell us that he's very good.
That's right.
And the numbers of his goals and assists, the contribution says a lot this particular season. So
you can hold on to
the ball. He
juggle with it.
He's a team player.
Yeah.
That is how it works. Yes, all right. So, Baba, that is some news. And our semi-final for the under-20 Waffle tournament also coming on tomorrow. Yes, Ghana will be taking on Burkina Faso and Nigeria will be taking on Benin Republic. Yes, all will be happening at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Ghana is hosting it, and any country that qualifies will automatically qualify for the African Cup of Nations. So we should take note on that and support the Ghana team on there. Yes, hopefully we can make a mark and qualify for the next phase of the competition. All right, so we have the Under-20 World Cup, which is still ongoing. Interestingly, we are in the round 16 fixtures. Yes, yesterday the round 16 fixtures came up, and Brazil will be taking on Tunisia. Yes, that is interesting one. And USA will be taking on New Zealand. Uzbekistan and Israel will be rocking horns. We're hoping that
Israel is not there.
Yeah, Israel is with Uzbekistan, and Colombia will be taking on Slovakia. Also in the Argentina and Nigeria, that is the match to watch. Also in the England versus Italy, that will be the cracker of the day. Yes, and Gambia and Uruguay, Suarez junior side. Uruguay will be in there as well.
That guy, when we all left the World Cup, I was happy.
I think it was a dream for every Ghanaian.
But they were crying.
Yeah. And Ecuador and South Korea will be in there. The three African teams left in the competition after Senegal was crashed out at the group stages. So, so far we have Tunisia in there, Nigeria and Gambia, the three African countries in there. Yes. So it's possible they can do something important in there as well. Yes. And today let's do something from the Ghanaian front, looking at how the English Premier League went on. These are the three Ghanaians that have gone on relegation. So we have Mohamed Salisu of Southampton went on relegation with Southampton. Daniel Amate of Leicester City also in there as well. And Kamadin Soa, Southampton. So these are the three Ghanaian players relegated from the English Premier League. Yes. So, and I think across Europe, these three only.
A Amate guy.
We are hoping that they will get some, a better club to play for. Yes, and still in England, Papa, let's do the Premier League earnings for this particular season. Yes, Manchester City were the leaders and obviously ended much more than any other club. They ended £170 million. Yes, for winning the trophy and other attributes that come with. And that's now 167 million pounds. So that is how it stands now. And this amount of money with the gate proceedings will be added together and use it as their financial year calculation, so they can balance the books. Yet, so financial fair play can't beat any of the teams in there. The least team to record a win is Southampton. They ended 128. And Papa, the surprising thing is
on relegation.
The surprising thing is Southampton ending 128 million pounds is the winner prize money for Germany Bundesliga. Yes, so Bayern Munich. Yes, Bayern Munich. That is how much they are going to earn. Yeah, that is for the relegated team in England.
Lowest end.
And in the end, people were saying a lot that this is why the England team is the best league in the world. And there's some news coming from Spain that Lionel Messi yesterday enrolled his kids in the school in Barcelona.
Okay.
Yes.
So chances are that he's by home to hang his boots.
Yes, to have his last dance. Yes, so that is the news. It's not officially confirmed, but there's some news coming. And we're still going to England, Holland. Yes, Holland. Edwin van der Sar, the former keeper for Manchester United, who was recently was the sporting director for Ajax. Yeah, he wasn't. He was the person who signed Kudus and the rest. Yes, they went a lot and has stepped down as the sporting director for Ajax. And it's been speculated that he might be taking the vacant position of the sporting director ship in Manchester United. So that is some news we'll be taking note of. And let's do some local news. But before the local news, there's an interesting one. After Bayern Munich winning the league, yes, their sporting director, who is the person of Oliver Kahn, the former goalkeeper, yes, was he signed Sadio Mane and the rest. Yes, stepped down as the sporting director because the season didn't really go well. At all, yes. So messing up money and the rest, he had to step down. So Oliver Kahn, after being dismissed, my plan was to come to Cologne and there, of course, celebrate title with the squad, but I was forbidden. So that was the statement from Oliver Kahn, that he was forbidden from the dressing room from the Bayern Munich setup. So that is some interesting news coming from that end as well. And Sergio Busquets also in the news that he was asked where he will be playing next after leaving Barcelona. And he said he might be playing outside Europe because he doesn't want to face Barcelona in any competition. So he might be playing outside Europe. So that is some news. And some interesting news as well. Yes, let's do some home news and Ghana Local Premier League. Yesterday, there was an interesting fixtures. That was an outstanding match against Karela and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yes, the game ended 1-1 in favor. I think they share the sport. So after that game, yes, Kotoko still not officially, they can't win the league. So
that team
they are out of the race now. They are fourth, yes, for 1-1. They are fourth on the league log. And Mediam are still maintaining the first position, and Adriana still in there. On the second position, Bechim United and Kotoko now come on there. And Accra Hearts of Oak lying on the 8th position. Probably yesterday we made mention of some allegations against Accra Hearts of Oak. They released a press statement, and I read from their source this. The management of Accra Hearts of Oak Sporting Club has taken note of a panel discussion on Silver FM in Kumasi on Saturday, 27th May 2023, during which Mr. Wisdom Osei Bunsu, aka Darling Pierrot, accused some of the players of playing matches of convenience in some of their recent Premier League matches. And I read, during this submission on the program, Wisdom Osei Bunsu revealed that some Hearts of Oak players, proud to their knowledge of the outcome of their games, thus making it a fixed match and inconvenience. The club therefore wishes to invite Mr. Wisdom to assist them in investigation. Yes. So the management is very concerned about the poor performance of our players in recent matches and is determined to ensure that they claim they criminalize the conduct on the part of some players who are found with this involvement and will be punished. In the interim, we urge our fans to stay calm and continue their support behind the team in the remaining fixtures of the season. So this was the press statement from Accra Hearts of Oak. So surprisingly, they've come out to call on the presenter or the producer who came up with these stories, allegations that I should come out and help them investigate and find the truth in this matter. So that is some interesting one from the Ghana Premier League. And very soon, Ghana, probably the end of the month, that might be 2 days from now, the Ghana FA will be bringing out the official Blackstar list for the upcoming matches. Yes.
Up to date.
Yes.
We have still not been able to name the squad.
Yes, Brazil has brought theirs yesterday. Holland has
qualifier
a lot
against Madagascar.
A lot are bringing theirs out now. So we are hoping that interestingly something like that will happen.
Ghana.
Yes, and there will be an interesting match in Community 11. Yes, they are having the Okaile versus the professionals. Yes,
oh wow!
They are inviting the professional
today.
Not today. I think it's coming on 13 June.
Wow!
So that is in the
we'll
pipeline.
Be there
yes,
to watch.
Yes, and they will be coming around when the professionals come to Ghana. I think they are finishing their season next week. So a lot of them will be in the studios to talk about this particular match. And the organizers to Agundu, Tio, and the rest will be coming on to have a very solid discussion on this program.
We'll interview them.
This is how we end for them. The sports news today.
Thank you. Stand up for the champions. For Eric Mens, the professor of sport. I'll go for a quick break, and when I'm back, we'll do health.
Stand up for the champions, stand up. Here we go, it's
it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Stand up for the champions is over. Thank you, Eric Mensch, the professor of sport. So I have on the line to do the health segment Dr. Akufo-Addo Leslie of Standards Clinic and Koforidua Clinic is on the line to teach us on this great topic. Today we are discussing asthma, and Dr. Akufo will help us discuss asthma. People always say asthma. So doctor will explain to us what asthma really means. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
We are bouncing well. God is good. How's the family and your patients?
They are fine.
Accept our heartfelt condolence on the death of your uncle. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
We thank you for the opportunity to educate us on asthma. So, Doc, when we say asthma, what do we mean here? Or bronchial asthma?
Okay, when you talk about bronchial asthma, it's a chronic inflammatory disease of the bronchial airways.
Okay.
Which manifests as recurrent episodes of wheeze, cough, chest tightness, and shortness of breath, which is usually reversible with treatments.
Okay.
So when we talk about chronic inflammation, it's the airway through the passageway where air passes. It's being narrowed. Let me put it that way. And when it narrows, you can see it with this episode of cough, chest tightness. Then we have shortness of breath, and this so that is asthma for you. Now, when you talk about asthma, it is characterized by increased sensitivity to many environmental agents.
Doc, your voice is far away from the phone. If you can draw it a bit closer, I'll be glad.
Hello?
Yeah, Doc.
Can you get me now?
Your voice is a bit far.
Hello?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. All right. I've lost my voice, so pardon me.
Okay.
Talk about asthma. It is characterized by increased sensitivity to many environmental agents like allergens. Let me put it that way, like cockroach droppings, grass, pollen grains, animal hair. You get it. So when someone is sensitive, or when there is an increased sensitivity to these environmental agents, you can get asthma. Now, asthma is associated with seasons like the rainy season or harmattan. And bronchial asthma occurs at all ages, but it is predominantly in childhood. Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Right. And
so,
let me also let me classify something. It is classified as an allergic disease.
Okay.
And it is associated with personal or family history of allergic rhinitis, eczema, or allergic conjunctivitis. So if people who have it, mostly it runs through the family.
Okay.
They have this, let me say, a history of rhinitis, common cold. The family members, they complain of common cold. Some come with eczema. You know eczema? They call it craw.
That's right.
Yeah. So you see a family that craw runs through like a woman. Hey, today I'm speaking English throughout.
Don't worry.
Before my patient come and ask what I said.
So you can miss it as usual.
We have the craw. Then we have another thing called conjunctivitis. And you get it. So with the cold.
Normally people will say when you're cocoa, when you can be brain your cocoa.
Yes. So normally the families with these allergic diseases are predisposed to getting asthmatic attack.
Wow. I see. So, Doc, I know with your nature of your work, your terminologies means a lot. Why bronchia? Bronchia asthma, not just saying asthma. Somebody has asthma, but this time bronchial asthma.
When you talk about bronchial is part of the lungs,
Okay.
okay, and it happens in the lungs. So the respiratory tree, you get it, the narrowing of the respiratory tract, the bronchial airways. So that's why we use the term bronchia. Baby is anything you didn't know to
Okay.
But yes.
Okay. Okay. It makes sense. So, what are the causes of asthma?
Okay. When causes of asthma, we have one allergens. Allergens. So as I said, we have the house dust mite. The other one is dust
Yeah.
ifin.
In foot throw.
That
Okay.
in foot through, good. In foot through. And we have these cockroach droppings.
Cockroach.
Yes, cockroach droppings. So the feces of cockroach or
Wow.
the droppings of cockroach.
Then do they have to kill every cockroach in my kitchen and home?
You have to.
Wow.
Because it also causes, it's an allergen and it causes asthma. So we have pollen grains.
Cockroach feces.
Droppings.
Wow.
Yes,
Droppings. Wow.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Amazing.
We have pollen grains. And we have animal hair. Pets. We have cats, dogs. So the hair also a chicken kata. So be was man say a chicken kata running the respiratory tract system. It's my asthma attack.
Wow.
You get it. Also, we have environmental factors like air pollution, like climatic changes. So, when talk of air pollution, practical example, like ocean dear will be prayer, and ocean near my baby, ocean dear mura. That's me kunipanimwa. It's me Emma trigger asthmatic attack. That's one. So we have climatic changes. When we talk of climatic changes, it is more predominantly let me say the rainy season. In so far, asthma ebapa and a hamatan so So we have strong scents like spray. You spray. Spray are no thing. It can trigger asthmatic attack. It can trigger asthmatic attack. We have smoking. Smoking. The patient is not smoking. Or another smoky. So we have cigarette smoke, car fumes, all this smoke can trigger asthmatic attack. Now we have viral infection like common cold. Viral infections like common cold can also trigger asthmatic attack. Exercise, excessive exercise. So if someone has asthma, not all exercise, it may trigger attack.
Wow.
We have emotions and hyperventilation. So, on top of emotion, they're very big emotional stress. So, we go through emotional stress, be prayer, and attack it's neighbor.
Wow.
And our drugs be who you should drive being so, and also to remember was asthmatic attack. But able to say aspirin, NSAIDs, limit to say ibuprofen, diclofenac, tablets, and also my asthmatic attack. But I feel so say we are Juma or industries more. We have occupational exposures. So people who work at the industries, we have the industrial chemicals, dust and drug manufacturing industries. There was a kind of industrial chemicals. If it gets into your system, it can also cause asthma.
Wow. Doc, I've realized that many a times when we have a climatic change, when it rains a lot, these people go through a lot of asthmatic attack. Why is it so? Especially around this period, I know of people who, as we speak, are battling with it, especially when it rains.
Okay. As I said, we have the climatic changes. When we have these climatic changes, the body system,
okay.
So we have during this time, viral infection.
Okay.
It is a viral infection. As I said, viral infection it may cause asthma on its own. And I want let me state this. It is characterized by increased sensitivity to many environmental agents. Asthma, no. So many environmental agents, no. Cold weather can. It's cold weather, definitely. Everyone says our bar. or there is constriction. What you say? O skin a constricted the sense as a bear ubenya heat kakra. What you say? So pathophysiology no ocean one. What a constridia a kamwa kakra. What you say? And now asthmatic tract is as a bronchial airway no and so actually kamwa during that process. Alright, now these patients have a disease I don't know. Amount bronchial airways no air constrict on its own. It's I wanna banana body system come one and also be coming in the process and come here you get the asthma.
That's right. It makes sense. Doc, so what are some of the signs and symptoms of asthma? Because the regular ones we know is somebody trying to struggle for breath and all that, and that's all we know.
So that's the first one. We have the episodic breathlessness. So I know the first one.
Doc, mention that again.
So we have the episodic breathlessness. So the person tries to breathe, but you see that he or she is suffering. So he can't take in all. So it comes and goes and comes back. So that's why we said episodic breathlessness. Now we have tightness of the chest. Now this patient feels this symptom that the chest being tightened. It's not a nice feeling.
Okay.
Yes. So tightness of the chest. They also feel.
And no can watch you saying.
Yeah, not the mechanism. The mechanism. No. No, let me try and explain. Say what almost I don't know makumeti.
Okay.
Makumeti. Then yakumaneti or chest net tight. Chest me come here. What I say? To those who be us makumeti. No, yanakumaneti. So tightness of the chest. Now we have cough. It throughout and now we have what we call wheeze. Wheeze no sounds bia depending on me what
okay
which in Nigeria no home like that sound man on for asuntiano but ojina ho no home which in distance what so that's the wheezing sounds and ebu anipa ni timi nyani anajo nipa no timi so anajo sometimes they do mostly anajo so these are some of the signs. And we have, they are not able to complete full sentence in one breath. So if they come and you are talking to them, you see they will not be able to complete full sentences in one breath. So some also have this what we call cyanosis. When we talk of cyanosis, bluish coloration of the skin. It goes and I blue in sun in sun blue. I don't know X-ray of say you see oxygen or like only oxygen as soon as possible. Let them act fast and this and me every on sat. So ideally these are some of the signs and symptoms of asthma.
Wow. I'm really learning a lot because all that we know is the person is suffocating or struggling to breathe. So how do you investigate an asthmatic patient or asthma itself?
Okay, for asthmatic patients, there's no investigation required in most cases. But predominantly we do full blood count. It's full blood count now. You have a eosinophil no was stroke and that's all for. So we'll do what we call chest X-ray. So chest X-ray to look at other diagnosis or other complications of asthma. And this I give you a friend of spirometry. Yeah, he pulse oximeter version on sunny after oxygen saturation, and also need to measure. So normally, this test for atopy, for skin prick test. To see for ABI for allergens, as the enzyme the skin for yes, I say dermatology, skin test for atopy, near tricky skin, and near for enzyme, and yes, 2 examinations, so near share because from to me,
Okay. Doc, so how do you manage asthma? Is it manageable?
Yes, it's manageable. It's manageable.
Educate us.
So, as usual, we have the non-pharmacological management and pharmacological management.
That's right.
It's non-pharmacological, and no, yes, and a pharmacological, yes, over hospital, show. So, some of the non-pharmacological management, you have to avoid known triggers or known allergens, such as dust, as where possible. So, you have to avoid all these allergens. I give you this attack, you have to stop it. You don't have to go closer to it. That is it. And you have to avoid smoking. If you smoke, you have to avoid smoking. And if you have asthma, you have to stay away from people who smoke and also don't. And there should be education on asthma self-management. You get it. So there should be education on how to use the device and the techniques of using the device. And that's what we did. Device the man I say pump now I cannot no. And just attacking about pump So what you have to do is you have to get education on asthma self-management, education on the device use, and education on the technique. Yes. Wow. So that is it. Then with the
go ahead.
With the pharmacological management, you have to go to the hospital. They can give you this salbutamol inhaler. They can give you oxygen if the need be. They can give you hydrocortisone. They can give what they call the prednisolone, and they can add amoxiclav and the rest to cover up for infection. Yes. So that's the management of asthma.
Wow. Doc, somebody is asking this question. Kindly ask Doc for me. I sometimes suffer to breathe. I also experience hard breathing and sometimes cough at night while sleeping. I am allergic to dust and smoke, but when I check, it's no asthma. What can be the possible cause?
So you have to come for us to investigate further because there are so many things that causes that.
Okay.
Pneumonia, asthma, we have a lot of respiratory diseases. You get it. So any of these respiratory diseases, maybe a hand, you get it. So you have to go to the hospital for further management.
Okay.
Yes, and inquiries. Yes.
Okay. Talk about those of us who sleep inside air condition, from home, office, in our cars, and all that. Do we have the risk to get asthma?
No.
Okay.
As I said, asthma is classified as an allergic disease and may be associated with personal or family history of the disease. You get it? So if you don't have this family history and you don't have any personal history of asthma, you can be in your air condition.
Okay.
But you can get other respiratory tract diseases.
That's pneumonia and the like.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Doc, is it a myth that weed cures asthma? How true is it?
Hey.
I know you will laugh. That's somebody, yes, somebody's question. Oh.
Hey, wow. Then my patients are suffering. Hey, I don't know about it.
Okay. It has not been medically proven, right?
Yes, that one I don't know. I don't know.
That's right. Doc, and when we treated the UTI, a lot of men called, and most of them want treatment. Can you treat them without necessarily they coming to your place?
Okay, then they have to call my number so that we discuss.
Okay.
Yes, because it's medical and we can't put it on air.
Okay.
So yes, they can call my number and we'll sort it out.
All right, Doc, we are so grateful. But before you go, Heal the World Home Care Service. Your health is our priority. Our services includes monitoring and caring for patients at home. 2, investigating, diagnosing, and treating the health conditions of patients. 3, prescribing and reviewing patients' medication. 4, taking accurate notes as a legal record and for other healthcare professionals to use. They are located at Koforidua. Contact them on 055 404 1686. 055 404 1686 or 020 264 3942. 020 264 3942. It's affordable. Doc, briefly, can you educate us briefly about this? Because today you have new people coming on the line to listen. Heal the World Home Care Service.
Okay, when we talk about Heal the World Home Care Services, we go from house to house. We come to your home. We bring medicine to your home. Let's put it that way. So our practice, people who, most especially the men, we don't like going to the hospital. So if you get in contact with us, we will come and attend to you at home. Yes, so that is about the Heal the World Home Services.
That's beautiful. Doc, on behalf of my own self and the team and Papalon Radio Mpɔtam Morning Show, we say thank you.
You're welcome.
So tomorrow or Thursday, what are we learning?
I think we'll go through pneumonia.
Let's take it another respiratory,
tract infection.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
That was Dr. Akufo-Addo Leslie of Standards Clinic, Koforidua. I'll go for a quick break, and when I'm back, a lot more will be on the table. Stick and stay right here, Mpɔtam Morning Show.
For the champion.
Asampayetia Obayansa fusu wo munibia wanka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wacha zaza ya warenyi Wonsom Wanyinyi pa Asadi pa wofyo ye Gamo yembera ye Ebe ya Efiyana Omae ya umano Omae ya memana Adi waye no ya Nyamicha da Nyamana renya Wonsom Wanyinyi pa Sawa ya Wanabe Gamo yembera ye Ebe ya Efiyana
Oman be ye Yaminumi Nuara. Mpɔtam Morning Show near with Papalon Perfect. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button. Share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for Mpɔtam Morning Show. I have on the line to speak to a very important subject, internet addiction. Santos, are you addicted to the internet?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah. I know you say that.
Why? But it's just you ask a question.
I know you say that.
Oh, I'm not addicted like that. I know people who are addicted. They are
you
always.
You are not addicted.
No, but I know people who are.
Then there is nobody on this earth who is addicted. If you are excluded, then there is nobody who is addicted to the internet.
It seems you have a question tag on my answer.
I know you.
You know me.
Fidgeting with your phone always. You are addicted. You are going here. You are coming there.
Is it the internet? Oh, with my phone, they're fine. But I don't go on the internet.
But what do you use? What? Your phone?
Yes.
So just making calls?
That is
it. All right. So the youth are so addicted. And so we have this wonderful man to speak to this subject. He is an authority, an epitome of this particular topic I'm going to discuss. He's the president of African Chamber for Youth Development, Mr. John Appiah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir, and thank you very much for having me. Good morning to your listeners as well, and your viewers, now that you're on Facebook too.
We miss you. We miss you. We miss
I did for you. I did for you.
It's been a while.
I heard Santos saying he's not addicted. After our discussion, he should weigh himself again and come back and answer the question.
Don't mind him. In this modern time and season, who is not addicted to the internet? Anyway, Doc, how is the youth development? Your general overview about youth development in Ghana and Africa specifically.
Yes. So it's an ongoing process. We are not there yet, but on a daily basis, you see work done by young people to actually push the agenda for themselves and bring themselves to the table. You know, initially we were waiting to be invited to the table, but it appears that invitation has never come or may never come. So we are pushing very hard on our own to see how well we can bring ourselves to the table, and not just bringing ourselves to the table, but also bringing on board solutions, bringing on board practical strategies that can improve the way things are done in every country. So it's an African-wide movement, and it is something that I know that there's still more to come.
That's right. I like that. Doc, so let's zoom straight into the topic for discussion. What exactly is internet addiction?
All right. So this explanation will be very important, especially for people who are not too sure whether they are addicted or not, like my good brother Santos, who says he goes on the phone to just make calls. All right. So usually when you talk about internet addiction, it's an umbrella term that refers to a compulsive need to spend a great deal of time on the internet, to the point where relationships, work, health are affected. So let me say it again. So it's an umbrella term. It's a term that covers a number of issues that includes that compulsive need to spend a lot of time on the internet, to the point where relationships suffer, your work suffers, and even your health suffers as a result of that compulsive need to spend time on the internet. That is why sometimes when people go on a date, for example, they are on a date to have fun and to bond, but everybody is on the phone. So they are not talking to each other, they are not engaging, they are just waiting for the food to come. When the food comes, there's a haste not to eat, but to take a picture of the food put it on social media. If you go to most homes, when daddy comes back from work, mommy is back from work, and the kids are home, everybody is on a device, one way or the other, connected to the internet. And there's no conversation going on at all. So any situation where there's that deep compulsive need to spend a lot of time on the internet, at the detriment of relationships, at the detriment of your work and even your own health, then we can say that you are addicted to the internet. Now, there are other terms that people also use. Okay, so for example, some refer to it as the internet addiction disorder.
Okay.
It takes it to another level altogether, and some simply refer to it as the net addiction.
That's right.
So whether it is the internet addiction disorder you see or read about, or it is generally internet addiction or net addiction, we are just referring to that umbrella term that refers to that compulsive need to spend a lot of time on the internet at the expense of your relationships, your work, and also your health.
Doc, I remember growing up, we watch one TV box, and we eat together on the same dining table. Even bathing, sometimes two of you can be in the same bathroom and take your shower and all that. Today, the internet had been able to take all these things away, and we are not bonding well as a family. Now, like you rightly said, your father comes home and the next day is touching the phone and doing all those things, thinking the phone does almost everything. So families are way far from each other, honestly.
That's right.
So I like your your details about this particular one. So how is prevalent is internet addiction in today's society, and how are there any specific demographic groups that are more susceptible to it?
Okay, so this is what I'll do. You know, typically it's extremely difficult to gather data, especially on our local context here in Ghana. But I will use the research that was done in the US just to give us an idea of the statistics. So in 2019, for example, it takes like an average internet user, or on the average, an internet user spends 6 hours, 42 minutes online each day.
Hey, average.
6 hours, 42 minutes online each day. So it is not like continuously. Maybe he goes onto the phone or goes onto the internet 1 hour, goes on a break, comes back, goes there again. And by the time you realize, if you do it cumulatively, out of 24 hours, you spend about 6 hours, 42 minutes online each day. And sometimes myself, when I'm unable to sleep, I just wake up and I go on WhatsApp. And you'll be surprised, a lot of people online. You go on Facebook, you see a lot of people online. You go on Instagram, you see a lot of people online. So it is not like a continuous 6 hours, but over the day, over the 24-hour period, about the average person spends close to about 6 hours, 42 minutes online.
Even now, on the average?
Yes, on the average. So some even do more than that. All right. Now, besides internet users spending an average of about 3 hours on social media. So what it is that besides what the 6 hours, 42 minutes is online, 3 hours out of that is specifically on social media every day.
That's right.
3 hours.
Because currently most people don't even log out from
at all
their social media apps.
It's on all the time. So about 3 hours out of the 6 hours is spent on social media. Now, in the US, for example, 81% of adults spend time online daily. 81% of the general adult population spend time online every single day. So there's not a single day that passes by without people going online. It is also interesting to know that 12.4% of the internet users spend more time online than intended, very often or often. What it means is that maybe you have planned that, today I'll just do 1 hour online. By the time you realize you're doing 2 hours, you have gone beyond board. So it's about 12.4% of internet users specifically set out not to use a lot of time on the internet. By the time they realize they have gone overboard the time they have set for themselves and they are on the internet. The other interesting thing too is that about 13.7% of internet addicts find it hard to stay away from the internet several days at a time. What that means is that about 13.7% of internet addicts, they cannot go a day without the internet. If you decide to seize your phone for a day or two, what happens is that they may even die on you because they are so addicted to the point that every single day they find themselves on the internet.
I'm a living witness. When you are trying to seize some people's phone, their face,
it's a big issue for them.
Everything changes.
It's a big issue for them. Now, listen to the statistics when it comes to the age group. So between 18 and 19.
That's the demographic.
Exactly. Yes, between 18 to 29 years, 48% are internet addicts.
Wow.
So if you take like the whole 100% and you are dividing it, 48% will go to the people between the ages of 18 and 29. If you look at the people between 30 and 49, they constitute about 36%. If you look at people between 50 and 64 years, that's about 19%. And then 7% are about 65 years. All right.
Yes.
So what it is that 48% of the people, usually the youth category, are addicted to the internet. 36% are between the ages of 30 and then 49. And then 19% fall between the ages of 50 and 64. And just about 7% are over 65 years. So that should give you a graphical overview of the level of internet addiction we have in our society.
Wow. Doc, is there any other group of people who are so addicted to it without maybe resort to the internet? Can we have people who are actually disconnected from the internet but they are still addicted?
So if you take away the internet, you see now we are on the internet fiber, we're on the internet platform, we're on the internet foundation. So almost everything can be done on the internet. People can watch TV on the internet.
That's right.
People can listen to the news on the internet. People can actually do away with radio and TV because even radio can listen to it online. So if you take away internet from the equation, there's very little that you can do without the internet.
That's right.
So maybe people who are on their phones all the time without internet, maybe they are either playing a game on the internet without the internet, or they are just fidgeting with their phone. Maybe looking at contacts, sending messages and deleting messages and all that. But essentially, because of the 21st century where we find ourselves in and the way technology is on the high ascendancy, it is extremely very difficult to get people who are disconnected entirely from the internet. It exists all the same, but the point is that because of the internet capacity or the power of the internet, a lot of people that spend time are usually doing something one way or the other related to the internet. So you have even pushed me to this particular scenario.
That's right. Go ahead.
Let me talk about this. So people will ask, what are people doing online? What are people doing online? What are people doing online? There are a number of things. One of the things that a lot of people, especially the youth, are involved in when it comes to the online addiction is gambling, online gambling.
Wow.
Online gambling. A lot of young people are on the internet all the time as a result of online gambling. And it is very common now. If you go to social media, there are people who are ambassadors who are endorsing all those betting sites and all those gambling sites and all that. So a greater percentage of the young people who spend time on the internet are on the internet as a result of online gambling. And then there are some too that are cyber sex addicts. Cyber sex addicts. So either they are on the internet
they make
watching
love, they make sex or online.
Yeah, so either they are online, whether they are finding partners online or they are dating online, or they are addicted to maybe pornography and therefore spend a lot of their time watching pornography and all that. So there's a lot of people, there's a category of young people that are addicted to internet, and what they do on the internet essentially is cyber sex related.
Wow.
Then there's another category too that are video game addicts. They especially the young men, they are so much excited about video games, and they are online playing video games with people at the other part of the world or people outside their jurisdiction. They are competitive in nature. They are driven by competition. So they are doing FIFA online or they are doing something else online. And by the time you realize, they spend a lot of time on video games online. And that is a strong source of addiction. And where majority of us find ourselves, the social media addiction. Whether it's Facebook, it's Instagram, and people don't realize that WhatsApp is on the back of internet. So you may not necessarily go on Facebook or Instagram or go onto LinkedIn, but once you are even on WhatsApp, it's social media because it is driven by the power of the internet.
That's right.
All right. And there's also another category of young people that also spend time on online entertainment. So they are watching movies, they are listening to music, some are watching shows. So for example, our interview is live on Facebook.
That's
so
right.
People are online and they are watching the interview and they are learning from it as well. So it is not always the case that it is negativity throughout. But at the end of the day, the point is that a lot of people spend time on the internet and online for the purposes of entertainment, movies, music, and then interviews and skits and funny clips, and then all that. That comes into play when you discuss what young people actually do on the internet.
Okay. So what are the common signs and symptoms of internet addiction that individuals and their loved ones should be aware of?
Okay. So Santos, I hope he's really listening, because I'm sure he should be able to weigh himself and find out. So number one, when the user spends a lot of time online, and is always deriving satisfaction and pleasure and excitement spending time online.
That's a relationship never.
That's right. So then what it means is that once the person would rather want to spend time on the internet just to be able to get a sense of fulfillment or excitement or energy, then most likely the person may have developed addiction to online or internet addiction. The second thing too is that if the person does not go online, the person becomes moody. The person becomes anxious. The person becomes very withdrawn. The person becomes...
Doc, sorry to cut in. These things you are talking about are realities. I mean,
yes,
anybody here can figure it out easily.
That's right. That's right.
Please
so if you don't go online and you are very worried, you are very desperate, or for example, I remember some time ago there was an internet problem. I think it was a national thing. So nothing was working on it. Can you imagine the way people were anxious? And nowadays people even have built businesses online. So if you take away the internet, people's businesses are also affected as well. So that strong withdrawal symptoms that people show and exhibit when they are not online, that anxiety, that worry, some may be so bored, some will be so much depressed. At the end of the day, it's because they have withdrawn from the internet. So that's a number one sign to also show that the person is addicted to the internet. Then the other thing too is that whenever some people feel guilt or anxiety or depression or sad, they quickly go to the internet to get some kind of enjoyment.
Okay.
that is where you can also trace and see whether you're addicted to the internet or not. So some may prefer to go and drink alcohol, some may prefer to go and club and other things. But those who are quick to easily go onto the internet to be able to deal with their anxiety or their guilt or their depression, most likely they may be exhibiting signs of internet addiction. And then when the user spends a significant amount of time engaging in other activities related to the internet, so even including researching for internet vendors. There are some people, they are shopping experts. They are moving from one online platform to the other looking for things to buy and all that. That can also be a strong form of addiction. I know of a particular man, the wife is always on the internet and he's sending him online, links to sites where they can buy stuff and all that. And the man is like, so is that all you do all your life? Because there are so many sites that are online that can help you buy stuff. So the people that have become unusually addicted to online shopping, that they cannot without a day do away with the internet, most likely these are signs to show that you are addicted to the internet. And then also when you start neglecting your relationships, when your work begins to suffer, when your school work is affected, and then you don't have time to even do what we call hobby. When we're growing up, we ask, what are your hobbies? People say, swimming, playing football, reading. Now, exactly. Now, everybody's hobbies are related to the internet. So rather than spend time with people or do some physical activity, or rather than work or do something related to school, and you spend all that time on the internet, what you are doing is that you are essentially exhibiting a manifestation of internet addiction. And to the point that that some people are prepared to lose their relationships rather than their addiction to the internet.
That's right.
So I know some people who tell you that, look, if you take away WhatsApp from me, then I am better off being alone. And there are times people complain in relationships, you're not giving me attention, you're not giving me attention. The person's like, choose between attention or the internet. And they say, well, I'll choose the internet. Unfortunately, and some people have been affected in their jobs, or they have lost their job because of their unusual addiction to the internet. They are not paying attention to work. So whilst working, they are browsing and they are making mistakes and they are making errors, and it has cost them their job. So when you get to that point, clearly you are somebody who's suffering from internet addiction.
Wow. So where do people access the internet?
Good. That's a very good question, because sometimes you may think that, it's just everybody that goes onto their mobile phone to use internet. One of the ways people actually have access to the internet is on their mobile devices. Okay, so in a research that I read, about 52% of the global population are mobile internet users.
Wow.
In other words, about 3.9 billion people in the world access the internet using their mobile devices.
The smartphones.
Exactly. The smartphone.
Some
And over
are costing like 15,000, 10,000.
Yes,
9,000,
and people are willing to
6,000
buy.
Yes,
people are willing to buy, because maybe their phones come with a very good picture quality.
That's right.
It comes with some other thing that makes everybody think that yes, they are hip, and then you will chrome, so to say. So most people access the internet using their mobile devices. Now, there are about 74% of the people that also use their desktops or their laptops to access the internet. So some people may not necessarily use their phone for the internet, but they have desktops that are connected to the internet, or they have laptop computers that are connected to the internet. And then 52% of the people also own tablets. And this is a research that was done in the US. So about 52% of the people own tablets. So rather than use their mobile phones, maybe because it may go on low battery very quickly, people are rather using their tablets to also access the internet and have access to the internet. Or people are at work and they are using their laptops and they are using their desktops to also be able to access the use of the internet. So this gives you an idea generally across board of where people access the internet. So number one, smartphones, mobile devices. Number two, the desktops, laptops, and then number three, the tablets as well.
That's beautiful. Wonderful submission. So, Doc, how does internet addiction affect a person's mental health and overall well-being?
Very, very good question. And let me first talk about the disrupted sleep patterns. A lot of people are having less sleep because they are so much addicted to the internet. They would rather lay on bed and spend all their time browsing the internet rather than going to sleep. So a lot of people have what we call the disrupted sleep pattern. So they come to work and they are dozing at work. They are in a trotro going to work and they are busily dozing off because they don't even have enough time to sleep on their bed.
That's right.
All right. So that's one of the major things that affects, the health and the mental well-being of the person. You know that the moment you start lacking sleep, it affects your effectiveness, it affects your alertness level, and so many other things. So that is the number one thing that you can suffer from when you are an internet addict. Number two, the neglect of personal hygiene. It may sound very obvious, but you see, sometimes people don't even have enough time to take care of themselves. They are brushing their teeth and they are on social media, they are chatting. They are having their bath and they have set up their phone somewhere so that they can watch it while they are bathing. So they don't pay attention to some of these very important details. It is as a result of the over addiction or over dedication or commitment to the use of the internet. And then number three, poor eating habits. Some people can't even focus on eating. They are busy on the internet, they are on their phones, they are on their tablets. So they take one bite and they spend about 3-5 minutes going back to the internet to comment on somebody's social media post or whatever it is. At the end of the day, people's eating habits has been very much affected. Go to any restaurant you have in town now, and you realize that majority of the people, whilst they are eating, they are still on their phone. So they are not concentrating on their eating, and then it is also something that is creating a lot of problem in the system. And then number four, relationships troubles or problems. A lot of people that are fighting in their relationships, whether marriage or whether it's a love relationship, most of the time is as a result of an addiction to the internet or to social media, one way or the other.
But
so
people, still, they now have a third party in the
relationship. Absolutely. So I know of a particular husband who tells the wife that when we're going into the bedroom, everybody put off your phone and put it in the desk. Then let's go to bed. And when we wake up the following morning, we can pick our phone.
In fact, yesterday, I want to give you an example. I'm just citing one. Yesterday,
go ahead.
I had an appointment with a lady. She came to the office, and on the way, calls to an extent that I nearly got upset for her to go back home so that when she's ready, then she comes for the meeting, because we're going for a business meeting. And when it comes to business, it's business. But
That's
calls
right.
upon calls, and freeway, call this person to do this for me. And I'm coming, please, excuse me. And it was becoming too many. So I'm just citing this to support what you are saying. It's
exactly. Exactly. So I know certain places when you're entering for business engagement, they ask you to put your phone aside. They will actually take it at the reception, and then when you are done with your meeting, you come back and pick. Because sometimes beyond just people fidgeting with their phone, some can also use it as a recording device and be picking information and be doing all manner of things. If you watch a lot of the investigative journalism expose we have seen in our country, most of them use mobile devices and other things to pick video and pick sound and all that. So the point we are driving at is that it can affect relationships if you're unable to deal with the issue of internet addiction. Then the other thing too is that it also affects work performance. People are not paying attention to details at work. You give them instruction, they do another thing, because once you're giving them the instructions, they are on the internet or they are on their phones and they are not paying attention. Even in schoolwork, academic performance, a lot of young people rather want to spend time on their laptops watching movies on Netflix and chilling and all that, rather than spending the time to do research. In fact, the internet is also good for research, but very often a lot of people are not disciplined enough to be able to balance it. So once they are on the internet, they drift away from the research. By the time you realize they are doing something else that is not related at all to the academic work. So sometimes academic work can be affected as a result of that. Then also commonly, a lot of people experience a lot of headache, because you see, when you're on the screen, it can affect your eyes and it can in turn affect, give you headaches. So a lot of people are constantly on their phones, and the brightness of the screens and all that can affect your eyesight and can even affect your give you headache as well. So that's another thing that you can also have to watch out for. And of course, vision problems. A lot of people are now wearing spectacles because they are affected by their sight because of all the time on the screens, very bright light, and then all that. And that has also created a big issue. So these are some of the things that can affect both the mental health and the physical health as well.
Is there anything like digital detoxification? So what is digital detox?
That's a very good term. It shows me you and your team are really doing your research. Well done. So usually the digital detoxing is a temporary period of time when the person stops or reduces their uses of the usage of their digital devices connected to the internet. So the smartphones, the computers, and the social media sites. Now, usually digital detoxing is to break addictive patterns and help people reduce stress and help people to be more present in the physical world and in the real life social interaction. So it is a conscious decision when you are digital detoxing. you are putting away your phones, you are deliberately switching off your internet, and you are making time to be present in the conditions or in the realities of life to be able to enjoy yourself. So, for example, if you are in a car going, probably you are not driving, you are being driven, or you're in a public transport. Sometimes just observing what goes on around you, watching other cars moving by, people on the roadside buying food and all that, it gives you some sense of connection. But people don't get time to even look at some of these things. They are busy on their phones that they lose track of all these exciting things. Sometimes
when your car is even going to be involved in an accident, you don't even
you are not paying attention. Sometimes you sit in an Uber or you sit in a taxi, and even the taxi driver is also fidgeting with the phone. So you as a passenger, if you are not alert, by the time you realize the person has crashed their car or something like that. All right. So digital detoxing is that conscious effort to put away the use of your digital devices connected to the internet. So smartphones, computers, social media sites. Some people even call it the digital fasting, where you decide that you are going to, forgo TV, forgo your mobile devices, your computers and other things, just to make time for yourself or to spend time with people. It is a way you can use to break your addiction. And it's a very good tool that sometimes professionals encourage, people that are internet addicts to apply or to use to help them deal with that digital or deal with their addiction to the internet. And it helps because it improves your sleep. It prevents you from, losing track as to what is happening around you. Your sense of smartness and alertness is always on the high. So I know people, when they are working, they put up their internet so that they are not distracted. Because once the internet is on, you get a text message, you get a message, you get a WhatsApp message, you get a notification by the time you realize you're on your phone. But when you put your internet data off, it allows you to be able to spend some time on your work. And I must also be quick to add that, honestly, internet usage, especially in this part of the world, is very, very expensive.
That's right.
And a lot of people are spending a lot of their money on the internet because it is not cheap. It doesn't come for granted. You have to pay a lot of money to be able to get good access to the internet. So I know people, any money they get, the first thing they think about is the internet. The first thing they think about is the internet. And the telecom companies are making a lot of money out of internet usage. Right. Especially even for people that have international relationships and international family members all over the world. They will not pick a phone to call. They rather use a WhatsApp call or use an internet-based call to be able to talk to them. And all that is data.
The and video that is calls also and all
video that. Calls and all that. And that is also data. And now, thanks to COVID, we have become so used to internet meetings, your online meetings, whether it's Zoom or Microsoft or whatever it is.
Google
These are all applications exactly that are on the back of the internet. And of course, it is cost we are talking here. So we should bear that in mind. So sometimes when you digitally detox, you're also saving yourself some money. Because at the end of the day, the money you could have used to buy internet, you can use to do something else that can also help you.
Doc, before I ask my final question, how to deal with internet addiction, one of our sisters just sent in a comment. She said, Nanaba Anan, she said, I'm not an exception because the nature of my job demands that I use the internet more often. The world today is still developing with high technology usage. Again, she writes, rightly said, Doc, I love his submissions. Many people resort to the internet when they are going through a mental breakdown aside the business aspect, which I think helps. So that is one of the comment from one of our sisters.
It's a very insightful comment. And we are not denying the fact that internet is a very powerful and helpful tool. And I was also quick to add that there are some people whose businesses are based online.
That's right.
So they don't have even a physical office. Everything is virtual. So we don't have a problem when you are using your internet to do business and do all that. But the point to which it affects your personal relationships, affect your health and your mental and physical health, that is where we believe there's a problem. Exactly. That's what we need to avoid.
Doc, can we do without the internet?
It will be very difficult, honestly, to be extremely difficult to say that you want to do without the internet. Then maybe you would have to become a monk and move to Obotebre Mountains and stay there.
That's right. No, so I chanced on this write-up, and because you are an expert in this particular subject, I would like to read with your permission.
Sure, go ahead.
The next time the world will not be on lockdown, the world will literally shut down. The next time humans will not be attacked by a virus, the entire internet globally will be attacked by a virus which will force banks, schools, hospitals, social media, government, and the entire world to shut down. all smartphones will be shut down as ethical hackers work round the clock to recover the world from the attack. Bill Gates foresaw the current pandemic, but the US government responded by dismantling the Global Pandemic Office, a decision that has cost the greatest country in the world over 100,000 lives. For the past 4 years, cybersecurity experts around the world have been warning governments about a looming global cyber attack which could shut down the universe, including the International Space Station. And very few countries are consulting the cybersecurity industry to prepare for the inevitable. The lockdown is a child's play compared to what the world will look like in the case of network shutdown. Imagine trying to log into your phone to make a call, and you discover that your Android, your iOS, Windows OS have been hacked. And not just you, but everyone in the world has been hacked, including servers and IoT devices. Flights will be cancelled, and those already in the air may crash because of lack of communication with the control tower. Hospitals will lose their database, putting the lives of sick people in danger. Schools will lose their database, and anyone can claim they graduated from any university. Nobody will be able to make or receive calls. Will be shut down. Doc, should we prepare for any eventuality? I read this when I asked the question, can we do without the internet? I was honestly, just being harmless.
Yes, when what you were reading and listening to it, it paints a picture of the rapture, because then the world will have come to an end. Honestly, because you see, even access to your bank account, it is on the basis of the internet.
That's right.
Do you get it? There are a lot of systems, even sometimes the traffic light system and all that. It is on the back of internet, remote. The person is in the office, but is controlling it. The devices, camera devices that are monitoring to ensure security and all that. It is all on the back of the internet. So honestly, the day the internet shuts down, I believe the world will come to an end, honestly, because there's nothing that we can do. Go in and you can't travel, because how are you going to even book your ticket? How are you going to, the pilots, how are they going to communicate? What will be the means of communication? So it's a big scare. And honestly, hearing you read this thing, I'm very, very scared. I have to prepare my life for the day that the internet will shut down. Yeah, but mobile money, everything. Because you see, it's all connected. It's all connected. Even though you may be using a USSD code, it is still in a way connected to the internet, because the servers you are working on and all that. Just imagine the day WhatsApp crashed. Imagine the chaos and the scandal in the system. And how much more if everything comes to a halt. I pray it doesn't happen, but if it does happen, I just don't know what. Even just for 2 hours, the whole world on a shutdown for 2 hours, it will be more than COVID. It will be like 100 times the impact of COVID. The number of people that will even die, because hospitals are running on electronic medical systems. They are running on the basis of the internet. They are running based on the digital, world and all that. So when everything shuts down in the whole world for even just 30 seconds, can you imagine the chaos, the accidents on the road? I'm telling you. Accident in the air, accident in the sea, it will be total chaos. I pray that it doesn't get to that. But if it gets to that point, my brother, then we can count it as our last day.
God have mercy. So, Doc, with your experience, can you create a looming picture or a picture of the past? How the world was without the internet?
Without the internet, the world was, I can say, very difficult. Even though our forefathers may not admit that. Look, can you imagine if you go to a hospital and then you have to write your prescription and everything on a folder? The day the folder gets missing or gets burnt by fire, you go to the hospital, there'll be no records of you at all. So can you imagine how difficult life was in those days? Imagine there was a flood and then your certificates are all lost. You don't have a digital copy which you can show. So there was a lot of things that was difficult, if I should put it that way. Because honestly, let's try and go back into the Stone Age period, where you don't even have a microwave, you don't even have nothing. So everything will have to be manual. You have to use your own physical strength to make things happen. So I think that the world at that time, people will admit that, it was better because people were bonding, people were relating to each other and all that. But at the end of the day, it was time consuming, just to be able to talk to a loved one. You had to walk all the way from one point to the other just to go and tell the person, don't come again, stay home. something you could have done easily by taking your phone and calling the person, you know. And I think that without the internet, the impact, you know, was minimal. So what we're doing now as a discussion, it will even be on the internet after we end our discussion. People all over the world are connected. I'm not in your studio physically, but I'm connected today and I'm making my impact, I'm making my input. So honestly, without the internet, or imagining a world without the internet, I am so used to, I can't even picture it. Honestly, I can't even picture it.
Doc, finally, we've had a good time, a lot of education here.
Yes.
How do you deal with internet addiction, finally?
Okay, so I think that the first step is to admit that you have a problem, or admit that you have an addiction. You know, so you have to assess yourself very well, because usually people don't want to admit that they have addictions, but typically those around us, or those we monitor around us, we know when people have an addiction. So the first step is to admit that you have an internet addiction. Number two is to be prepared to digitally detox as a way of strengthening your grip or control over the use of the internet. So you can tell yourself that, okay, I'm going to work today between 8 and 12. I have a very important conference meeting. So I'm not going to go to my phone to go on WhatsApp or do something that is going to distract me. So I'll put my data off and I'll just focus on work. Or I'm going to school. I don't need to take my phone to school. I'll leave it at home. When I'm back from school, I can go back to my phone. All right. So you need to make that conscious effort to be able to digitally detox in order to be able to get grip over your life and to be able to be in control again. I honestly think that if you are not in control at any point in time, it makes you very vulnerable. It makes you extremely very vulnerable. All right. So you need to, on a daily basis, just assess yourself, number one. Number two, tell yourself periods when you want to go to the internet and periods when you don't want to go to the internet. And then also, you should also learn the art of brainstorming with the people around you to find solutions to the problems you have. I know of a friend, any problem, they go on Google. Rather than talk to the people in their workplace, they will go to Google. And now that there's Chat GPT and there's all those, you know, AI helping people. Exactly. People are not even, you know, communicating with each other. But I think that we should learn to use that conventional experience of talking to people, engaging with people, working together in a team to be able to get solutions. And then also, I think that people should find other ways of distressing. You don't spend all your time on the internet just in the name of distressing. You can go for a leisure walk. You can go for a swim. You can go to a friend for a conversation. All these things are ways where you can deal with that urge and compulsive urge to actually go to the internet all the time. And I think that sometimes too, we may need to ask for professional help. You may have to see a clinical psychologist who may be in a very good position to help you to be able to deal with your addiction. And where you have some physical problems as a result of your internet addiction, you may have to see a medical doctor for help, so that at least, whether it's with your eyesight or incessant headaches that you cannot explain and all that, you can go to the medical doctor. They can advise you, give you some drugs that can help you, and at the end of the day, you can get back on track.
Doc, the internet has done it good or bad?
This one, you want to put me into trouble, I know, but this is my personal perspective.
Right.
This is my personal. I think that the internet.
I know you give a balanced answer. So.
Yes, the internet, in my opinion, is a neutral weapon. It depends the person in whose hands, yes, the internet is. So people are using internet for hacking, people are using internet for sakawa, but people are also using internet to create solutions to problems that is making the world a better place.
Yeah.
So it is a neutral tool. It is like water. It takes the shape of the container in which it finds itself in. That is how I will say, or that's how I will answer your question. The internet, in my opinion, is extremely neutral, but it depends on who is using it that can make it negative or make it positive.
All right, so let's journey to Pojoland. A pen in a fool's hand is a dangerous device.
My brother, you are too much.
All right. Doc, thank you very much. Your final words, your advice to the youth.
Yes. So I would encourage the young people that there's so much power in the internet which you can use positively for your own good. In fact, there are people that are working remotely. They are not going to the London or UK or Philippines or wherever, but they are here in Ghana and they are working for people outside Ghana and they are being paid money for it. So sometimes we need to look at the positive side of things. The internet is for you to be able to utilize it positively. People are developing themselves, career development, professional development, and it is all on the basis of the use of the internet.
That's right.
So I encourage a lot of young people, let's not just look at the negative side of it. Let's look at the positive side as well, and let's look at how best we can harness the power of internet and technology and digital to make our lives better. And I'm sure we can do that.
Doc, we are so grateful.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
God bless. That was Mr. John Appiah. He's the president of African Chamber for Youth Development. What a man of wisdom. Okay. Or maybe yeah, female me nuara. Won some ye the nipa na ye. 20 minutes gone past the hour 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Put into your search engine Papalo Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. Mpɔtam morning show with Papalo Perfect. Stick and stay right here. The best is yet to come. Thank you very much, Mr. John Appiah, the president of African Chamber for Youth Development. He educated us on the topic internet addiction. Ghanaians will say internet. Gone are the days when we go to the internet cafe and you have to buy airtime, and the one in charge will give you maybe 30 minutes depending on your money. And sometimes when you're about to attend to important things, before you realize you've exhausted your airtime, hey, ebriko, and then you have to run back home and see if you have some coins there. And those of us who were saving with our mothers and our grandmothers, now the Jimmy Sika itu or mommy me here, now they are mommy. And when you're unlucky that particular day, there's a nostalgic moment, you know. And when you're unlucky, your granny or your grandmother tells you, "But you see scalo." I've used the money. When I get it, I'll give it to you. It means you are not too sure whether you are going to claim back your money. Like these dissolved and collapsed banks in Ghana. We see come. Me dollar aka Unibank. Mon fama de emrem yo ton kon. Me dollar account a me ye wo ho. Omo de account na omo tumi ma me retrieve Ghana de ni nyina, me savings account, me current account, me fixed deposit account. Dollar ne nko ande omo se me ntwen. As a Ghana $40 do mu hu a esen golden stool ne ayi okonfo anoche. It is a 5 and 6. God help us. So we had a good time on radio, on Papalo Radio. We inform, we don't deform, we educate, and we entertain. I came, I saw, and I conquered. Oh, I never go for Prince.
Papa.
Boko there.
Danko Pardon.
A break up. Mama Mumienu obia 5 minutes. Na did you make na baby? And then ye can ye ne ye nua Kofi Amponsa Kasai, and the doctor also Kasai, and the doctor tried the papa. He's taught us a lot about asthma, bronchial asthma. The visa or the questions, watch how a bit one managing the causes, nina signs and symptoms, and then or the afternoon we know Mr. John Appiah is the president for African Chamber for Youth Development, and you also and a Casa is here. And Chief Justice MPP majority almost are proving the minority has taken an entrenched position because of Jachi Kwesen case, they are demanding for the judgment. And also as somewhere that person Nigeria also a new president. Me penasem papa Ahmed Osiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu edini mu nyina mu edu papa bola bibia e bola Nigeria so a new president. And no so na vice president said 1 student, 1 laptop. And yagro. Yeah, now I can find some way now. Your person can be within 5 minutes.
All right, Papa. Mema we tie for Akwaba.
I know so report and
me chechi obi biara because Papa law important money show no there. Yaba man potemu. Yes, and then on mine no. And I think said. And I me ba no me tie. Na doctor, let's start with Dr. Brefo so. Na okasa fa asthma. Na onze asthma but yen nyina your friend asthma na ntineja obeye ne den eno an na ya no na okasa mi say na etumi di asthma na ba no kura no na me nimpo say sa agbo na your friend cockroach no sa agbo na
me hu bi wo me fie
sa agbo na your friend cockroach
me kwa me kokuo mu nyina
me te pa sa o kan
say droppings ne keke to mama wa asthma
enti me te na me say hey doctor ani na where dey me wadwuma ye
as a wo dey o ma je wafa
wadwuma ye and then what yen the way nyama fa so yes air pollution mu and as emotional pressure ne nkrofo mu ye adwuma factory because especially my adwuma factory da sometimes chemicals no papa before be free factory one be do fie no wa pon no utumi wa mo se wani ehyehew and now body no when you burning sensation you feel bad chemicals no nye enti
into am kanzu
papepe because me ejuma spin test company bi mu no a month no to 1.5 that was 2015
wow
show enti chemicals no there a hard drink and I like the way occurs the change of climate sometimes weather na ye asthma obu pie because weather no emfa emfa
sia so makomete
ebeti sa pepepe ensisi so enti ene wa mo yesua de bebre
ene ade a mentwa wa no ade a mesua e pa ne se ose yare no ba bia ewo no ene mo mo tu ni din
exactly
ti broncho no ho na ewo
exactly
enti no mind bronchial asthma
yeah
so wow
yeah enti ene
yare bia yenyinya no ba bia omo detect no enu din ye de ma okwa America ebia area what no it we can say hurricane oheneba
yeah
aha ye ba bia be pie ye no ebia dika attack you no they can name it after that ebu was say volcano Lawrence
yes
so that's how it is
all right inti okasa bebre na mesumesua de kakra wom inti se mehwe the way a metoto me niama
especially
cockroach ntafra no omo me fia me ko ton ntafra duro ne mekum mu nyina nne na me hu se obi hye bola anase ohye bibi na mfa kwan mu a metro se maame ana eja ye nya ne sa ebe ha adwen
Ghana so de omo hye pa
oh papa
awia kete ni ehye mbura anadwo nso a wakwadwuma ba no ne ehye ne ba wu fi
woni bebi omo tanhye window ndechi no aha ohia na etumi afa dangda se na ewura window no tokron na ewo windows no mu na etumi abem enti no doctor wa ma yesua de ma me nko eye Dr. John Apia so ene papa wa ma yesua de keke
papa ne de
internet expert on
o chese on there when
bibia
social issues youth development near year wa koda remove pa
the way okasano as obia
as a rap no ma
yes
ubisa na sembia o answer ne dada
oh nyame nhira no mebo na baso wa ya de papa doctor wa ya de wa kire nyama na nyama o kire ebi no over the categories of the internet users na 18 to 29 years 48% of people we as any youth no papa o show 18 to 29 years young pan you use internet no more look at that and also by no internet youth are use internet pa ya the internet e the ye niama no ebu o ko internet na o de koto chacha gambling
yes be the twat atopa ebi ebu omumu se no kobo
cyber sex is either odeti wo ho ana say o hwepo no
nice omudido nyina wo fo
yes papa obu wo no mo a
imagine say masoha
Yes, and no be pepe so and as hook up with girls here be say in internet.
That's right.
Yes, into upo bar na wakoho ope bema na wakoho and the doctor me esua na ma bebre ebi so ko share movies ebi so ko share entertainment
na
ma ekoso
na adwamansem ne ye omo de pa any chacha no
sese kura de say ya ja to
da wa careful etumi hwe me amete yi so say papa law oba obeka se ya no nka say including what you are thinking obeka no nka obi so obeka obi so nka no mato so chacha
papa the way are you to know
so for cry be chia because so for we ye baby obi ye fibati ba ko say dabi na de be fi ba ko say dabi and revelation also okay ye nto ye hwe de obenya ni o kan revelation bi ana so for akobo
and so for be professor
also no na ni age a wo safa so for anim
predict
enye hwe chacha wa wi ni ebedu ba bi no e wo se hwehwe enkrofo anigem
pepe papa
anigem bi wo ho a
papa obi onye obi onam osrese a na nani age da bi anigem dem different sana papa e kan ebi wo no akoto gambling wedi bet onanam wasresre sa
o se nipa tumi tena edem obi ankasa ne yonko hu
yes
ne obeti anse ba say ya say ya send na de bia ene de
papa ya samu
eno no ye from sokode
eti wa cheche na bebre na ye call the effect of the internet omo ye addicted to internet na etumi ma poor eating udidi kura poor eating habit papa obu wo ho a odidi a onhwe dua no odi ni so mo se odidi no otibako se nanum abete pre no wa hwe den na aba enti higher youth
no na mo so aye edam ho mo a mo use laptop we no say mo miemia sa na de ache
we can't go with that phone
so minimum no che say laptop ne de miemia ne sa fuche just we nipa crank wakasa
okay me ndwimo ni ya o kan de me ndwimo but
I come 1 minute
but you mati ma me ntua na all right
obi hwe ododo
na the way site me kura dem wan hwa me nsem nyina be ka manu ma me nka na me ngo
I'm the attorney general me citing for contempt.
Okay, ampa attend me that say I say at the poor relationship papa
a good relationship
at them
need to know if you be an okrampo phone no obi afi wano no
no I say oh me no oh fi ano ne dia no fe no oh meba
yes bi no kre yes e bi no kre di do no na phone ni ringia no kofa
papa ayehu
na me enye no anse ma abatwe no anse me di ma ha
wo na back kick
wa ma na yi kakra
back kick pa
ade aye de wu tu akọ
na okoye de okoje de wo phone so okoye de
yes bi ye yes bi gif call and the mini ho party yes bi no ade no aye de no wo san koje call
I think say
any oba ko ware phone
ebi ma experience of video mu anti o ma chechem de aye ko
tania ti ko fifo anu si
na o ma ye poor academic ampa nkola no
bonde tunde su
internet no
bon
o explain
say Monday, Tunde, Sunday, Monday. Bon. And then call out. Oh, they go check it.
Oh yeah.
Your generation, your records. Never check your money.
And yet easy.
Papa. Omuti. Everybody. Okan fe. Osi get. Me. Osi fe. Ta. Osi tu.
Me se vende. Obey day. It's way
and then go on.
Oh, papa, no school ni. Just say all of class 5 or static class 1 crowd or per internet phone. Those days, crampono. Ube we JHS crowd or SS crampona. Before ube use phone crano. Now your phone boot now mode card the same na ube use no. Na internet ninja just oko cafe. But ene akola or class 1 or say mama I want a smartphone. But smartphone or can do baby say any bonnet and economic way sector na any bonnet. You can use it to learn, but the way we the current generation we time you dear papa addition of fem
no ditwa to an say
but ya the best sabe eton e wo internet
na aye good and aye good and harm Because it depends on how you
use it, whether positive or negative.
David Santos.
No, Papa.
Why are they?
Yeah.
David Santos. 5 minutes.
Attorney General.
Santos.
Yeah. Great submission. And I would like to take from Honorable Kofi Amponsa.
MPP nomination.
Yeah.
But then me who say you heard for no any tea for no omaniaji you can say topic ne pa me who say go for jina so.
Yeah.
And tete ma from
yeah there be
who say omujina so pa no mutie. Yeah, so ma brain politics.
For that one yeah.
Mpɔtam na Papa Law Radio ne
unique
demystify.
Yeah. Dynamic
morning show ne chira de ya politics kakra.
Okay, so it seems this is not the first time we spoke to Kofi Aponsa, Honorable, the MPP, but he's also with a view of say Dr. Baumia will lead the MPP.
Also,
Kennedy. Yeah, and then the last time too, he was making some analysis between Alan and then Dr. Baumia. But he should also know, say, even though say we have a president, when we are looking about when we are looking at the people who serve the party very well, and yeah, Alan so ebemu hobby. But that is just by the way. Let me move away from that and then let's move to Doctor. Doctor also spoke very well, and my brother Ohiniba Kofi Prince elaborate on that. And so I wouldn't like to waste my time there so far. But what I want to say there is that he also said we should be educated on the asthma aspect when it comes to the way we use the devices as well. So not just having the device, but you have to know how to use it. So that is a nice one, and we have learned a lot from that. Honorable
Santos.
Let me go to Presido, Mr. John Appiah. Do you know something?
That's right.
A speech of an intelligent person is a blessing.
You are addicted.
Per the delivery.
Thank God. He said after his delivery, you change your stance.
Yes.
And I'm happy you've changed the narrative.
Yes.
That's perfect.
But we are all addicted.
All of us.
But when you are addicted and it yield no fruits, it has nothing to do with benefit or profit. So you know the people I'm talking about.
You want us to use the internet and benefit from it.
Yes.
You don't have to waste.
Others go on the internet. What they do is to like people's picture and comment.
That's all.
That's all.
You are promoting people.
Promoting people.
It's promote me, I promote you, right?
Some people they don't even have page.
I'm saying
okay.
Promote me, I promote you.
What do you mean?
What I mean is why you don't understand what I said.
I want you to do a breakdown.
If you are not promoting me, why should I promote you? Yeah. It's simple. On the internet, there's nothing like I like this man of God, I like this woman of God, I like that. No, it's business.
Okay.
I have a business mentality. If you are not liking my post, I won't like your post. Even on the platform, Papa Law's platform.
Yeah.
If you don't comment about my post, why should I comment about your post? Even your program. I won't talk about your program.
Jesus.
If you don't talk about mine. That's why when Pastor Les came, I said, Pastor Les, thank you for giving us the word of God. We were blessed and all that.
Okay.
I'm appreciating the one who came before me.
Yeah.
When I'm leaving, I have to appreciate Nana. If Nana is leaving, Nana must appreciate the other one.
Okay.
That's how you should be. But if you are not doing it, I won't do it.
Oh, okay.
So on the internet,
you are right.
Stop the like. I'm supporting your comment, but maybe you didn't understand where I was coming from.
You are doing the breakdown.
When
so
you like and then you comment,
okay,
you should expect say. It's vice versa.
Okay.
Supporting each other. So I promote your brand, you promote my brand.
That's right.
But some people have made themselves demigods.
Yeah.
On social media. They think people will like their page, comment, and it's by force. It was this man we just spoke to, Mr. John Appiah, who taught me that don't write a post and say, God will bless you today, say amen. He said, don't let them, don't write, say amen. Just write amen. Allow people to comment.
Oh, that's
you say amen, you are commanding them.
Okay.
Which most people don't know.
Yeah.
Then I stop saying all those things. So I write and I put amen there. If you are led, you felt the power, and you believe that message is yours, all you do is to say amen.
Amen.
That's it.
That is it.
Case closed.
So, attorney, as you said,
Santos,
people go on the internet. They like people's pictures, videos,
so promoting and at the expense of you.
And I know people. I'm liking their page, commenting on their stuff, and they are not doing mine.
Stop.
From today, as you said, I'm going to block them.
It's foolishness.
Unfollow them, scan them, and format them. Because you promote me, I promote you.
That's the motto.
Now, I won't speak much because my brother said a lot. Now you see, we ask a question about whether the internet is good or bad. I like the way he goes
about it,
about the answer he give it to us, and I like it. Dynamic is there. So, attorney.
Yes, sir.
What we are saying is that the internet, we can't do away without the internet.
Never.
But when you are using it, you should use it wisely. If not, you are causing harm to yourself.
So if a pen in a fool's hand is a dangerous device.
Thank you. So for those of you who are waiting for the internet to, we can't say internet is not going to be done.
So you use our prayers to dismantle their plans, or mock
share the link. Share the link.
But they are not sharing your link.
Yes, share the. Even when you comment before,
it's they will force.
Yes,
by force.
Yes,
I don't see that as the right way to go. Let's do it honorably.
Okay.
We don't just share.
Yeah.
Please share.
It's a command.
Share button. When you try as much as possible to take all these things away, then something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think we have come a long way.
Yeah.
The internet had been a blessing.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
why I asked him, life without the internet those days, how was it like? You should create a picture for us.
Yeah.
And the picture was bad. Those days, I work at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And I was with the record. So if you are going to pick your folder, those days, it's about the files are many, the folders are many inside the big room. But today, everything can be here.
Yeah.
Just a click.
Yeah.
And your information pops out, and the doctor knows how to handle you, your history and everything is there. So God bless Mr. John Appiah.
Finish up. I'm finishing it. The internet